I think we're live. Are we live? Can someone tell me? Are we live? Did it work? Did it work? Ah, did it work? Somebody in
Yay!
chat.
I see it.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Not yet, but I'll trust you all.
Hello. Ah, it's real. It's really happening. Hello. Hello out there.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Let the madness begin, and it is going to be something. Lausa, say something a little louder so we can hear you. We're going to make sure that everyone can be heard.
Oh.
Everyone say something. Everyone say something.
Howdy.
Howdy, howdy.
Oh.
Hello. So we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever Vibrant. Wait for it. I keep mixing up these V's, y'all. I keep mixing them up, and oh, it froze. That is not a good look. Oh.
BSC.
Hello.
Vibrant. Visible. Victorious.
Hello. Oh no. Hi. Are we stuck? Oh no. Shoot. What?
I do not know if we are. Oh dear.
I think
I
Amr just blue screened.
Oh fudge.
that
This is
broke the
a
Zoom meeting somehow.
it is a most broken stream. Oh dear. Do I need to redo my windows? Oh shucks. What is happening here?
For those of you who can hear us in the chat,
Hey.
hello. Welcome to us trying to get this getting off the ground and going.
Yeah.
And Amr will hopefully be right back. But I think we're back. I think everyone can see. Hello. This has been a very awkward 20 minutes of. Oh, there we go. And we're back. And now I have to just shuffle things around.
Hey.
Okay. This box. Whom is this box?
It's my old box.
Oh,
There we go.
Okay. Everybody don't move. Nobody move anything.
Yeah, sorry about that. My computer was just like, hey, let's blue screen right after.
Oh, that's terrifying. That is terrifying. Just when everything started and it's like, no, bye, blue screen. So there is a div there. There is a Ursi over here. And there we go. We are good. Whew.
Okay.
Whew.
We're good.
That's the wrong way around.
Did I just what? No, we should be
Yeah.
now. I moved you all. Just
No, well actually I looked flipped on the screen though. I might have gotten that wrong.
there we go. There we go. Now, there we go. Ha. That should be better now. Hopefully nothing
There we go. I
happen.
think we're all back to working order.
Hey, first time for everything, right? Whew, boy. Okay. Everyone take a deep breath. By which I mean me.
Woo.
Ooh, boy. I am breathing.
For those of you with us in the chat, welcome to St. Leona. Gets nervous and anxious about this while we all happily and excitedly wait for her to be ready.
All right, we are ready to go after much delay, for which I apologize. I just kind of had a meltdown. Technology was not cooperating. There was a lot to learn. We are all here now, however. And welcome to our inaugural game of Honey Heist. I believe in starting off on a sweet note, and Honey Heist was my first ever tabletop RPG, so I wanted to bring that experience to everyone. And let us start by going around and introducing ourselves. So I would like the name, what your name is or what you want us to call you, and let's get your pronouns because you're all brand new to welcome to the party and to our streams. The name of the character that you will be playing, and what you're excited for, and where we can find you on the internet. Basically, just a really short, sweet intro. Let's do it. Let's start with Balurani to my left. I think I don't know. Everything gets reversed in stream.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Miriam, and I'm they, them. You can find me on the internet at media_junkie. And hello, friends. My name is Balu Rani, and but you can call me the Balu. And that is all I'm going to say.
I love it. I love it so, so much. Let us go down to Dib.
Hey, I'm Hom. I'm Emraz, Twitter and Discords everywhere. I use they, them pronouns, and I'll be playing Dib. Uh, yeah, and we'll find out more about them in a bit.
Fabulous. Alrighty,
Cool.
let us go to Laosa.
Hello, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful interweb neighborhood friends. I am Angela. You can find me on Twitter at Phoenix24Fem. You can look for my Patreon if you want to support me on there, as I am a poet and a writer around there. Look for Philosophem. I am going to be playing. I'm going to be playing Brenda P. Ocelot, who is known happily and sweetly by her friends as La Osa. So I am Bear.
Ah, I love it. And last but not least, Ursi.
Hi, I'm Dan, joining you all the way from Australia. I'll be playing Ursula, short for Ursi. You can find me, probably nowhere interesting right now, but if you Google variations of Manwalk, you'll probably find posts by me, and hopefully I'll stream again sometime with a better webcam soon, too. So looking forward to that happening.
Yes, and to my right we have a bear. We had one more very wonderful player, but unfortunately they had to drop out for personal reasons. But hey, we're sending them lots of love and hugs and all of those good vibes, and hopefully they'll be able to join us for another game very soon. Very quickly, if this is your first time watching a Welcome to the Party stream, because I have been promoting this like crazy all over the internet, and yeah, Welcome to the Party is a group. We are on Twitch here, as you can see, and on Discord, and what we are all about is we are all about welcoming people to the party, maybe folks that don't really get a chance to play tabletop RPGs, and we say, hey, you're welcome here. We have a huge LGBTQ presence, we have a huge POC presence now, thanks to this wild, amazing, incredible project that I have been honored to lead. And so, yeah, if you've never played a tabletop RPG, if you've never streamed a tabletop RPG and you want to learn how to do either or, hey, first time streamer, first time GM, first time, well, not really first time, but still brand new tabletop RPG player, you can do all of that stuff here at Welcome to the Party. We would love to have you on board, so keep the party going on our Discord. I also need to talk a little bit about what is Triple V, because I have a whole mini spiel about that. We are vibrant, we are people of color, and we deserve to be seen. Therefore, we are visible. We are allowed and we should take up space on the internet, and we should celebrate that. So we are victorious. So if you want to be a part of what we do here at Triple V, come join our Discord as well, or just hit me up on Twitter, and we would love to have you play. We would love to have you GM. If you're a person of color that is writing your own games that you want to, test run, let's do it. I think one shots are an easy way to get people involved. I think they're a lot of fun. They're an easy way to learn a new game, and I wanted something where everyone could hop in, hop out without worrying about being committed in the long run or anything like that. I just want people to get together and have fun. So that is the celebration. And Leo, thank you for joining the party. Thank you for subscribing. We love our subscribers. We hit 900 subscribers on Twitch, and that is amazing. Two more quick notes, and then we can get the actual game up rolling. And that is that Welcome to the Party just launched a Patreon last Wednesday. Patreon, I forget how to say it. And the awesome part about that is that you can actually give us a little bit of your cash, and that helps to support us, right? That helps us to pay for your premium things, that helps us to to support our wonderful GMs, our players, and things like that. And of course, because why would you expect any less from us, we are donating part of the funds to charity as well. This month it is Rainbow Railroad, so please join our Patreon. It definitely helps us out. We want to keep creating amazing content like we are doing today. So your support really helps, and that's kind of like, if I may, it's almost like a tip jar kind of a thing, right? So if you like what I'm doing here, please consider checking out our Patreon. And then thank you to all of our wonderful sponsors. Devin Rue, Mistress of the Maps. Check her out. She's got some really beautiful stuff, some amazing maps. So Nerdwear. It's what the nerds wear. Please definitely check out So Nerdwear on I forget where, but it is run by Somata Games. It's called So Nerdware. Welcome to the party. Folks get, I believe, 10% off with Welcome 10. I don't know if that's still going, but you definitely can. If that's our merch, definitely check them out. And Tabletop Loot. They are our other supporters, so definitely check out Tabletop Loot. That's about it, I think, in that regards. And one more note, I have a lot of people that I need to thank that were that helped me put this together. I want to thank Throck, first and foremost, for enabling me. Oh, patrons also get 15% off. Yes, thank you, Michisaurus. Patrons do get 15% off, so if you are in our Patreon, you do get goodies. So that is a perk for being a patron. I want to thank Throck for making this possible. I want to thank Jack and Michi for being my stream mods today. I want to thank Andy for being my backup technician, who may be running streams some days. Won't be on screen, but may be running streams in the background for some of the other GMs that might be coming on board. Who am I forgetting? I think that's all of us that are running it. Another thank you to Michi for being my backup amazing moderator for the private POC channel that we have on Welcome to the Party, because people of color deserve their own space. And so a huge thank you to him for all of his hard work, and just thank you to all of my volunteers and everyone that has just enabled me to make this possible. All right, that was a lot of preamble. I promise it will not be so much. Oh, I never even introduced myself. Hello, my name. Okay, slight tangent. I've been really having a hard time with this. Hello, my name is Leona. You can find me on the internet at the Lady Bedlam. And the reason why I say having a hard time with that is because Leona is not my real name. That's that's a tricky one for folks, or not for folks, for me. It's tricky. Because I want to be able to not give space to whiteness with my fake name. I want to be authentic. The truth is that Leona in this community is perhaps my more true and authentic name. But I am acknowledging the fact that it is not my real name. I do have a very South Asian name. And I felt a little guilty about that. I felt a little bit guilty that I'm still using this name for this stream, but I have my personal reasons for that. But yeah, so my name is Leona, even though that was, a slightly tricky thing for me to come to terms with. But yeah, so hi. Okay, all of that rambling aside, and all of my feels aside, let us actually get started. I need everybody to gather their dice. And we are first going to roll. So you're going to basically need to roll a d6 3 times. And the first thing we're going to roll for is your descriptor. So everybody roll a d6, please.
I have a 2.
Who has a 2?
I got a 5.
A 2?
I have a
I've rolled a 6.
2, 5, 6.
I've rolled a 3.
2, 5, 6, and 3. Okay, if you were a 2, you are washed up. A 3, you are retired. Was there a 4? I don't think there was a 4. No. 2, 3, so it was 2, 3, and then 5. If you've got 5, you are slick, and if you're 6, you are incompetent.
Perfect.
I don't make up these rules, okay?
Well, I'm dressed for
I'm following right along.
Okay, so now we have that note. Now roll a d6 again for your bear type and your skill.
I got a 1.
A 1. You are going to be a grizzly bear, and your skill is you can terrify people.
I've gotten a 5.
You've got a 5.
I'm a sun bear who can sense honey.
Ooh, that's going to be really handy for this heist. And Baloo, I see you were saying you got a 3. 3 is a panda bear that eats anything that looks like bamboo. Oh, that's real cute. And Amar, what did you get? Sorry, I might have missed.
I got a 2.
You got a 2. Did we already get a 2? No, we did not. A polar bear. So your specialty is that you can swim. All right, everybody's got a bear.
Nice.
Everyone has a bear descriptor and a bear type. So you are like, I don't know, a washed up polar bear or something. I can't keep track of this.
I'm a washed up panda bear.
That is
I
beautiful.
think
That is.
I'm a retired polar bear.
You're a retired polar bear. That is so funny because in the other game there was a retired polar bear that had just gotten back into the game. So this is starting on a good note. This is my honey heist from Christmas all over again. Now, Osa, what are you?
For the last roll,
So you are your descriptor plus.
I am. My descriptor is slick, and I am a grizzly bear who can terrify. Rar.
You're a slick, terrifying grizzly bear. And Ursi, you are.
I am an incompetent sun bear who can sense honey.
Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so good. All right, We have one more series of d6 that need rolling. Roll for your roll, literally.
A Sandy a 2.
A 2 and a 3, okay. If you are a 2, you are the brains of the operation. Balurani is the brains. I love this. Number 3, you are a driver, so you can drive. So that might prove handy if we need to drive somewhere.
I am also a 2,
Could I
so I'm
get you to
also
roll again?
brains.
I'm gonna hope that we can all get different rolls. I think
I got a 6 on my die.
you got a 6. 6 is you are the face of this operation.
Ooh.
And who needs to reroll?
So I guess I can re-roll until I get something that no one else has. So,
Sorry.
do we have a 5 yet?
I did not see 5. You are a thief.
Yep.
Excellent. Everyone, we need
All good.
we definitely need a thief. All right. So now that we have gotten all of that out of the way, let's quickly run through the rules. So you have 2 stats, and each of them starts with 3 points. If you have 3 points in bear, which you should have, you can use that to maul stuff, run and climb, shrug off damage, scare people, and generally do bear stuff. If you're a criminal, that is for anything not directly related to bear. And so when I get you to roll, you're gonna roll just the 1d6. And if it's equal or under a relevant stat, so you want to roll low, you succeed. If it's over the stat, you fail. And then I might occasionally tell you to roll 2d6 if I, want you to, get a bonus die for something or anything like that. If a plan fails, you will move 1 point from criminal into bear. And if the plan goes off without a hitch, you move 1 point from bear into criminal. You can voluntarily move 1 point from bear to criminal by doing a flashback scene, and like to your like heist planning, and you can voluntarily move 1 point of criminal into bear by eating a load of honey. And if you if your criminal or bear stat ever reaches 6, that's a problem, and we'll deal with that when we get there. Please try not to until we're close to the end. That'll just be.
Wait, are you saying I can't freak out and turn into a bear?
Well, you're.
On the other hand, if you do have an emergency come up or you suddenly need to exit,
Going full bear is a very good in-game excuse for if you need to leave for whatever reason.
Yeah. Yes, Karen still reigns supreme as Honey Badger. But yes, don't you'll still be doing bear stuff, but please don't flip out bear style and lose it. Don't do that. All right. So now we know what our bears are. And
may I roll on the bonus hat table?
You may absolutely roll on the bonus hat table. I was gonna role play that in, but let's do it. Roll for me. Everyone roll a d6 and let's see what your hats are.
That's a d8, isn't it?
Is it a d8? Oh, it is a d8. I lied. Everyone roll a d8. Although 8 is roll twice, which, okay.
I got a 2.
A 2. You are wearing a top hat.
Oh my god, I love this. And I get to be a slick grizzly bear with a top hat.
I rolled a 7, which is impressive.
7. You get a crown.
Of course.
Beautiful.
I rolled it. Oh, good.
Pardon again? Pardon that? That English. Pardon me? What did you get?
I got a 6.
You got a 6. Okay. You are a you get a fez hat. And
Nice.
Baloo, what did you get?
I got a 6.
You got a 6. You also get a fez hat. Or,
Yay.
but in your case,
I now look like a flight attendant with a fez and a dupatta like this.
I was actually gonna say, because you have the dupatta, I'm gonna make a special exception for you because you're my Bollywood bear, and I just need that in my life. Okay, so like, you can make an exception to that rule. If you want the fez, you can have the fez, but I just want you to be my Kawali bear, and that's beautiful right there.
Also, I'm not gonna lie. I just can't help but imagine that there's nothing more inconspicuous than a thief bear wearing a crown. There's nothing more inconspicuous.
I wore a flower crown in my last game, and it worked real well. Okay, it was beautiful. Just
I have the absolute faith in this group. I want to acknowledge how ridiculous this is, and I love it all.
It is amazing. It is hilarious, and that's basically how Honey Heist works, as Dark Dragon Sin said.
All I gotta do is drive y'all from one place to another.
Pretty, pretty much. Everyone needs driver. And so with that, a group of bears gathers at the edge of a very small town in the Rocky Mountains. This town is called Beyoncéville. Y'all don't really care. It's called Beyoncéville because it's where Beyonce was born, or something like that. But they're also very famous for their bees. They've got some really unusual honeybees there. So music and honey is kind of their two major exports. It's a tiny, tiny town. No one comes there very often, except when HoneyCon rolls around. And today is HoneyCon. HoneyCon 2019. And this city lives for this. It's one major attraction a year. This is tourist season. This is everything. This is where they make their livelihoods. So the town is bustling with people. There's a hotel in the distance probably for holding all of these people. They have a convention hall for where HoneyCon is taking place. And you're all very smart bears. You're all criminal bears too. And you know that this is the time. This is the time to get the biggest score of your life. As much honey as possible. Um, because that's what bears do. It's spring. You've woken up from hibernation. You're hungry. You've had maybe a snack or two of honey, but you need some serious honey. And so you are all standing at the edge of town, prepared to make an entrance. You all have managed to arrange for hats. So now you look like real people because the people here are very smart. And all you need is a hat to look like a real person. Everyone knows this. So, with that, the town lays before you. In this town, there is a casino. There is the actual honey convention, where you may or may not be able to find an organizer that might be able to point you to the honey. Just saying, there's an organizer hiding somewhere. There is also a movie theater that is shut down, a bank. Um, there is also a bunch of things that have kind of gathered kind of on the outskirts of town as well. A bunch of people have come because they know this is the one big thing that happens here is HoneyCon in Beyonceville. So there is also a farmers market. Um, and there's many, many tents at the farmers market, which you are welcome to go and explore. Next to the farmers market is a very small amusement park with small rides and even a mini haunted house. There is also a tent, a magic tent. And so a hat stand, a magic tent, a farmer's market where you can find butters and jams and all kinds of other fresh food and ingredients. Um, what else did I mention? I mentioned an amusement park. So things like that. So there's lots and lots to explore. Where do you want to go? You've already beat yourselves to the hat stand, apparently.
Are there where all the food vendors and everything is? Are there like toothpicks and little sample sizes?
Sure. Why not? Of course. This is a farmer's market. They want you to sample their delicious, delicious food.
So I thaw the food, but throw the food off of it and eat the toothpick.
Okay. All right.
Off
That's
to a
what
good start.
Off to an amazing start. God bless. Okay. So you don't want the food. You just want to eat the toothpick. The toothpick looks like bamboo to you. I get maybe they're bamboo toothpicks. Sure. They're bamboo
I'm
toothpicks.
just munching on them and sort of like throwing the food behind me. I like sniff it. No madhu and throw it.
I immediately start trying to catch some of it in the top hat, and I would like to go up to one of the vendors and just like pull a very like Puss in Boots kind of like cute face up in front of one of the vendors and just hold up the top hat and see if I could get samples of the jams and jellies.
Okay. Yeah, you walk up to some of these vendors and you were wearing a top hat. Um and you kind of do a Puss in Boots sort of facial expression, and most of them buy it. Some of them look at you a little suspiciously because you seem pretty hairy for a hungry human, but you're adorable. You're an adorable bear. Some of them may not be so fond of bears, but most of them seem to like it just fine. And so they're just like, oh, okay, here, have some jam, have a cracker, have a slice of bread. And so you get these little nibblies as you go along from folks.
I may not be smarter than the average bear, but this is not the stealthy approach I expected.
It's definitely not stealthy, I will give you that.
I promise this will have a purpose later.
Oh.
In the event that guards are there, we need something to bribe them with. Have you ever been to a farmer's market? Whatever these humans do with these weird jams and jelly things, instead of eating them, they trade weird slips of, looks like paper, and I see a lot of them going to really nice ones of these. So I think if we give a really nice set, if we see a guard, we can get by them and get to the honey. That's my thinking.
Perhaps we can trade it directly for the honey.
Exactly. This is the bear. This bear knows what they're thinking.
This fiat currency is just too modern for me.
I have an idea. And,
That is why you are the brains.
I'm dying. I love this so much already. You have
What's
it.
your
But every time I steal the toothpick from the food, if there's food on toothpicks, I just steal the toothpick. Or if it's like lemongrass or something that looks really fibrous, I'm just munching on it continuously and talking.
So, I would like to walk up to whatever booth has the sweetest smell. And then I'm gonna walk up to it and just say, I would like to acquire 1 honey, please.
Okay, so
Bears can't talk, can they?
no, I was just about to say. So here's the thing: y'all can communicate with each other, but the humans can't understand you. So you're gonna walk into this booth, and it's gonna sound like oh, honey, please. Like it's just really. And you're still gonna walk up to the booth with the sweetest smell, and you want some honey. Is this okay?
I'm gonna say that, and then I'm gonna point at whatever I think is honey nearby.
Okay. Okay.
Just point and raise 1 paw.
And raise 1 paw. All right. And do you have any money to give them?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm gonna gesture over to Laosa, who's been collecting items. Over here.
So all of the honey is in HoneyCon because that's where all the vendors are.
Yeah.
But the sweetest smell at the moment is a warm cinnamon bun. And that smells really sweet and spicy and sugary, and that sounds pretty good to you. And so Lo said, "Do you have something to give to this person?"
I just sort of turn to Dib, just sort of give a look like, and then I just turn to the vendor, I point at Dib, and then I just make this gesture. And then just shrug, and then just see what happens after that point.
This complex exchange of goods sure is complex compared to just taking things.
I will also behind my back where Ursi is, I'm just gonna like be doing one of these gestures, like while I'm distracting the vendor, to be like just trying.
I don't know what that means.
Roll me a d6 and let's see how this goes. Dib, you've got some help here, so roll me 2d6 and tell me whichever score is the lowest.
Okay.
Oh my word.
That is a 5 and a 6, so 5.
Okay, a 5 and a 6. Those are both higher than your bear and your criminal score. So I'm going to say that this doesn't go very well, and the vendor is not amused and tells you all to go away. You're being very rude. I can't give it to you for free, and I need you to go away. Shoot.
I point my toothpick at it now, sort of like.
You're provoking the human. Okay, that will not go well for you because they are already annoyed and they're gonna go, what the fuck are you doing? Stop it! Go away!
That's okay. While he's distracted by the toothpick, Ursi will casually walk by and swipe the cinnamon bun.
Okay. You managed to swipe a cinnamon bun. So, and that works out really well because this person is very busy yelling at Baloo. So because that went off without a hitch, you can add one more point to criminal. So that means you have 2 bear points for criminal points, and now you all have a cinnamon bun.
And
I just like walk away angrily.
and as soon as the bun has been swiped, I just look dead in the eye, and I just walk away.
I don't know what all that paper stuff was about. I just saw the cinnamon bun and I took it. That's why I'm the master thief.
Also, just walk away last, just kind of just confused
Yeah.
by all of this, and we'll like pull out from the set of jams and jellies just one to offer the vendor, and just try and mutter like garbled speech to try and say the word sorry in garbled bear speech.
Sorry.
But then also like as she's walking away, like say bear cyst.
You got. Oh my. Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna say that the vendor will accept, will very confusedly accept your offer and be like, thanks. I guess they haven't quite realized that they're one cinnamon bun short now.
I'm assuming I see the thieving, but
You
Yes.
definitely see.
he doesn't. Obviously, the vendor. So I'm just like,
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
walk
That's
away
exactly.
before this becomes worse.
Yep. And so, do you all beat a hasty exit out of the farmers market? Yeah. Okay. Where are we headed
But
next?
before I do, I take a mitt full of random samples and keep tossing the food and eating the toothpick as I go.
And I assume Lois is going to be walking behind you, catching every single one in their hat.
Yep.
And it's just going to be like, like a game of like, like a game of catcher.
I mean, after how that went, with just like that went nowhere in the direction that I thought it was going to go, and I'm just like, fine, let's just go with that. I'm actually just catching it with my mouth after a certain point.
Okay, and you're just like, home. Just Lois and walking behind, going home.
Like I'm just imagining it as like the way that some people like they're able to like toss like a peanut up in the air and like catch it. Except I'm just behind Baloo while they're doing that.
I love it. That is perfect. I absolutely love it. Okay, so all of that happens. Oh, and I forgot to mention one very important detail that might be very relevant to Baloo. Is that HoneyCon, because it is such a big event, because it is such a exciting time, is a grand celebration. That's why there's a fun fair. That's why there's vendors. That's totally why there's a whole farmers market and all that kind of stuff. So there's actually a stage. There's a stage. There's a sound booth. There's a stage. So if you wanted to explore that, you're welcome to explore that too, right? Because hey, it's a festivity. Who knows? Beyonce might show up. Y'all don't really care who Beyonce is. You're more interested in Beyonce, but Beyonce ain't here. So yeah, you're all like, whatever, right? You're more interested in honey.
What about Beyonce?
Pardon?
Berry on.
Yeah,
Beyonce.
y'all love Beyonce. Like that's the point. But Beyonce's not coming here. That's the problem.
Folks.
Yes, focus.
Thinking about this Beyonce.
Beyonce. What would you like to know about Beyonce?
Well, bees, honey.
Yes. Beyonce has nothing to do with honey, unfortunately. She just hums when she sings. It's just kind of a sort of noise.
I'm just imagining it as like a moment where like the first threads of like the conspiracy theory are just like being pulled together on the like board, and they're just like, wait a minute.
Bee. Honey.
So where are we going to get the honeys?
Yeah, you guys still have the rest of the town, the festivities, everything else to explore?
I don't think we're gonna get very far on foot if I want to steal as much as possible. Maybe you can figure out a way to get us somewhere faster?
I mean, the town for right now is quite small. It might just be when you're needing to make a getaway. For now, because y'all have hats and stuff, you're all you're fine to walk around. You're fine to kind of explore. No one pays much attention to you. You just look like people. So yeah, you're welcome to just kind of walk around and explore. It's a fairly small town.
Maybe we should just walk in and maybe we can just eat all the honey we want and no one's gonna bother us.
That may not go so well, right? The honey is very precious to these people. It's a very important
Okay.
yeah, it's a very important resource for this town is the motherlode of honey that they
Percy?
attempt to sell.
Yes.
Percy, how much can you carry when you take things? Like, how much can you have on you without looking too conspicuous?
Well, that's my secret. I just take it and then I eat it, and then nobody can see that I have it.
I'm sure when you find the honey, we can find a solution for transporting it.
That's not what I meant.
Oh, okay, okay.
So what did you mean?
Well, I have been told humans like very bright, jangly kinds of things, and there's a lot of that in the casino. In the event things go bad, of course nothing's going to go bad because we're all wonderful. Nothing will go bad. Maybe get jingly jangles from the casino and take it with us just in case. That's why I have this top hat full of things. I have been told humans like these things. Maybe if we give them this and jingly jangle, they will forget while we're eating all of the honey.
Is this the plan? Is just to eat all the honey in front of them?
Give-
Really?
Give them honey-colored things in return for honey. Genius!
I don't get it, but I like shiny things. That's why I have this hat.
Well, look,
Oh dear.
if there is one thing I've learned in my days out of the job, it's you take what's good grain in front of you. And I'm gonna reach right into the Osa's hat and grab like a piece of grilled fish and just eat it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I love it.
Do you understand what you've just done? You just ate my lunch.
You have a hat full of lunch. We'll get you more lunch.
But that's only first lunch.
You have 10 lunches in here.
But what about 11th lunch?
You get the honey.
Okay, your reasoning is sound. Let's keep going.
Oh my goodness.
I suppose we all just start heading over to to the convention in that
Yeah,
case.
where are we headed? Are we
To
headed
the
to the
casino,
convention?
I was happy to follow you to it.
No, okay. I didn't know if that was the thing we were going. Okay,
Alright,
casino.
so let's
Casino
pick- Let's
first.
pick a spot.
Because
Did y'all want to head to the magic tent? Did y'all want to head to the casino, convention hall, the closed movie theater? Where are we headed?
Ursi, do you need a distraction while you take jingly jangle things?
I just take it. I'm a master thief.
I would like to go into the casino with Ursi, if possible.
Okay. Is everyone else going into the casino?
I was going.
I would like
dupatta and I hand it over to Ursi and say, "Here, stuff it in here and then run."
Stuff honey in your dupatta. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I will
You notice as I take it out, there's like 1,000 toothpicks in it.
Oh my god. I don't.
as Baloo does that, I hand my top hat to Baloo. Ursi, I will give
Yeah.
you a moment of distraction. Go and take things now. I will give you a moment.
Okay.
I will take off my hat, and I have a little scarf that I've tied around me because I like nice, bright red and yellow kind of things. I take off my scarf so I look the most bare that I can, and I go into the middle of one of the aisles, and then I just terrify and roar at everyone around to cause a scene.
In the middle of the casino.
Yes.
Okay.
And I go in and I start doing this.
I...
My logic is that as a bear, if they go looking for me, they'll be looking for a bear. They'll not be looking for me as a human. They'll be looking for a bear. That's perfectly sound.
I...
And I start dancing Sheila Ki Javani. other end.
You're not supposed to break the DM on the first go, okay? Oh my god. Oh boy. Okay. I need Balu, Leosa, and Ursi to all roll me 2d6s and tell me which one is the lowest. While I die laughing.
If I could, I'd like to just hold off until I see what happens to the...
Yep.
I rolled a 5 and a 1, so 1.
Okay, a 1. Alright, and Balu?
I do. I got a 4 and a 5, so it's a 4, and I was trying to baloo dance.
Is that criminal or is that fair?
I mean, both of your scores are the same, but... Holy shit. Okay, you got a 1. And you are a bear. So you walk into the middle of this casino and you have Balurani is dancing, but you got a 4. And so I can't.
I think people are scared and then confused.
That's pretty much how it happens. As Balu starts dancing, nobody gives a fuck. Unfortunately, it's just not a big enough stage for her. It's just a damn shame because it's so good too. But Loza walks in there and screams. Oh my god! Walks in there and starts roaring like a bear, and it's just this massive bear just roaring at the top of their lungs. The entire casino freaks out. Everyone starts running for exits. Everyone is just going crazy. The fire alarm is pulled. Like, people are freaking out because a bear is here. And now you have an empty casino.
Sure.
Brother, that didn't quite work for you. But Losa, that went off without a hitch. Now, here's the problem. That was a very bear maneuver. But because the plan went off without a hitch, does that make you more criminal or not?
I feel like that's more criminal.
I feel like it's more criminal to take 1 point from bear into criminal, because that went off without a hitch. Okay, so...
It's alright, I might be able to counteract that. If I proceed, so with this empty casino, Ursi strolls up and, attempting to do his best to follow orders, uses his prodigious bear strength to try and uproot one of the flashing, very jangly big slot machines and says, I'm gonna need some help with this. It's too big to fit in a hat.
I go over to I roll. I kind of like waddle over and help.
Okay, and so we have 2 bears trying to uproot a slot machine.
At the same
I have a
time,
plan for this to go.
Dib is going to walk out the door to try to wait there and stop anyone who tries to come into the casino.
Ah, very wise. So we have someone who is going to prevent anyone else from entering in the casino, and that's probably a good idea because people freaked out and there's probably animal control coming real soon. I'm just reading chat and I'm just kind of dying, and that's amazing. Yeah, this is amazing. And yes, Ursi is playing Yogi the Bear, and it's incredible.
I'm doing my closest Yogi impression. I don't know how close it comes across considering I'm Australian, but we'll see how it goes.
It's really
Pretty
good.
close.
It's really good. Okay, so 2 people, and so I'm assuming this kind of like a pushing and pulling and pushing and pulling and pushing and pulling and and this the slots machine is just kind of rocking back and forth, and it's just kind of going ching ching ching, like you can hear all of these coins in there that are rattling and stuff like that. And
If only I had this beat, I would have danced better.
oh my god, it's true. Oh gosh.
I walk over and I pull from the machine that apparently the 2 of them are just trying to pull out of the earth, just reach into the slot and pull out a bunch, go tie my scarf back on me, and then put on my hat, and then just try and keep coin.
It's a very it's a very broken slot machine, and between Los is sticking a hand in there, or a paw, I suppose, and Balu and Ursi given it a shake. A handful more coins followed, because this machine is looking very broken and very, very electrically, like it's having a hard time. So it kind of spits out a bunch of coins at you. They're not really coins. It's not currency. It's those golden token thingamajigs. because
It looks like coins to me.
they look like coins to you, and that's all that matters to a bear. But I've never played slots, so I have no idea if it actually disperses like pennies or what. But yeah, now you have currency. What happens next? I'm assuming you're all putting your disguises back on and probably heading out because there's sirens and alarms going, and you all are just like, this is noisy, and there's you've achieved what you wanted here.
To the con?
I guess so.
To the con.
Just
Alrighty.
4 bears casually leave the scene of an entirely full casino.
There's
An empty one, actually.
Yeah, so animal control has been called. The streets are a little quieter now. Everyone's kind of headed indoors. It's just like there's random bears roaming around. The casino's been tampered with. And now, so the streets are kind of empty, which is that's really good. You don't have to worry about people seeing you as you walk around. The con is still ongoing. The You have 1 currency. Oh god, yes. The con is still ongoing because nothing stops for HoneyCon. This is the biggest event of the year in Beyonce Town. So, yeah, the con is still ongoing. They've just kind of, closed the doors, but the doors aren't locked or anything like that. They just kind of closed them, whereas before maybe they were open. But you're smart bears. I think you guys can, open the glass doors. And you walk into HoneyCon. Oh, yes.
Question. You say we can open the doors. How do we open the doors? Do you mean like is it just like a human it opens up easily, or is it like bear strength we just like yank a glass door open and it like breaks off the hinges?
Just because,
And is it a pull or a push door?
Yeah.
so just because you asked, roll me a d6.
Oh crap.
Is it pulling or pushing?
It's pulling or pushing. Yeah, roll me a d6 and tell me what number you get.
Everyone?
4.
Just low, so you got a 4. I'm going to say that it was quite a significant amount of pushing.
Oh dear.
And with a crash, you got a door open. And now you can get into HoneyCon. Easy peasy. No one's gonna notice this. It's fine.
It's fine.
Be fine.
Okay.
Okay. Alright. We're good. We're walking in. And
As we're going by, I throw like a 3 or 4 of the currency we have as a sorry.
sorry. Okay. Alrighty. That's fine. Now you're in.
Back in my day, they made doors that could withstand bear strength.
I just know it is the humans that are convinced that they are also disguised. They think they're people. It's the town of Beyonce-ville. They really aren't very smart people. So it's all good. And so now you've walked into HoneyCon. You can smell honey because this is where all the honey vendors are. You see honeycomb, you see stickers of bumblebees, you see photos of Beyonce, you see all kinds of things. You see, pancakes and stuff covered in honey. So there's lots of honey to be found, to be eaten. But none of this is the score.
Percy tries to put his nose up in the air and sniff with his sun bear honey sense and see if he can figure out where the score might be.
Roll me a d6.
Do I get a bonus for being a sun bear?
Yes.
Do I get to roll 2?
You do.
Ooh. I have rolled a 2 and a 3. The 2 is equal to my bear score, so I think that makes it.
Yep, that makes it. So you kind of sniff around, and your nose is like a homing beacon. You're just like, I don't smell it. I don't smell it. It's not here. The actual score of honey is not in HoneyCon. How can this be? There's no honey here. And it's kind of strange, but it kind of also makes sense. This is their prized possession of a lot of honey. And so it kind of makes sense that it's not in HoneyCon. And yet there are all of these dealers here buzzing around, almost quite literally buzzing around at all of these different tables making deals for this honey and that honey and this exotic rare honey and this exotic rare honey that came from this flower, from this particular bee. And they have samples, but there's no...
I take all the I while Ursi's doing that, I lick all the wooden sort of like honeycomb or samples and whatever, and then start chewing on them afterwards.
You're gonna probably have somebody go, "Excuse me, what are you doing?" And they try to stop.
I
They try
just
to like yank it out of your hands. Like, don't do that.
let go, and I have that.
Okay, so you're letting it go, and you're just you're gonna let this one slide.
As also you're muted. We can't hear you. You're muted on Zoom.
You go first, Amir.
I was gonna say, as the other two are distracted, I'm going to turn to Osa and say, in my experience, there's always a way to follow a trail. The humans have a strange saying, like taking candy from a baby, which means that babies usually have candy. So if we follow the trail of babies, we'll find the honey at the end.
I'm listening.
So first, we'll need to find the baby. From there, we will find more babies. Babies with candy. And from there, we will find the honey.
Wait, what? Did I understand that correctly? Say that one more time.
We will follow, because humans have a saying, like taking candy from a baby. Clearly, babies must have all the candy and know where the honey is. So we'll just follow where babies are towards the honey, towards the source of the honey.
Okay. There are very few babies in this particular building. If you want to find babies or small humans, you would need to look elsewhere, like perhaps the school that is in town. But this is, yeah.
This is a
Maybe
problem
it's an
because
amusement park.
That would also work, is there is an amusement park, indeed.
see, this is a problem. The way Angela wants to respond to this is very different from how Osa wants to respond to that statement. And I'm very conflicted.
Ursi will observe that, conflict.
I will clarify that we're not hunting babies we're just using them as like tracking. We're not going to hurt babies. We're just following them to the source of the honey.
Okay, I think we're.
I'm going to clarify. No hurting or hunting babies. We're just the baby's here. We're getting closer to the honeys.
Okay.
Ursi will see that conflict and try to help calm Larissa down. It's like he will just try to swiftly, as the pancakes were they that were tried to be eaten?
It was like a honeycomb sort of
thing.
Oh,
honeycomb. So as that was snatched, Ursi tries to just with finesse snatch it back and say, "There, we're almost there. Have a bite to eat. It'll give you the energy you need to keep going."
Beautiful. I love it. Alrighty.
I just start chewing it like a piece of wheat coming out of my mouth.
Feel free to make me roll a lot more often for doing this sort of thing than you are, by the way.
You're a thief. It's your specialty. I'm basically just gonna let you have it at this point.
I would like to go up.
Too criminal?
Pardon?
I would like.
What if I become too criminal?
We'll see. We'll see where your dice rolls lead you. Right? What's your criminal score right now?
Right now I'm at 4, but this is a perfect opportunity for everyone to eat a load of honey and to become more bear-like if they prefer.
This is true. If folks want to do that, you're more than welcome.
Is there anyone like one of those like kind of like town crier kind of types, but for like sampler kind of thing? Someone like doing a cry out who like has a big stock of like sample honey.
Yeah, I'm sure there probably is, right? Everyone wants the attention, right? Like everyone wants to draw the most people to them. So yeah.
Can I go up to one of them?
Okay.
Point to the honey, take off my hat, pull out a jam or jelly, and offer it to them, and just try and see if I could get like a huge stock of the honey.
Roll a d6.
Samples.
You knew it was gonna make you roll for that. Come on.
2.
You got a 2. Perfect. So you pull this out, and yeah, it kind of seems to work. This person kind of goes, what? You what? Is this a gift? and I'm assuming you keep pointing at the honey, and this person goes, uh, I can't give you that one, but you know what? I really love jam. And she'll pull out another jar from underneath the counter. She'll go, here, you can have this one. She'll slide it at you. She'll take the jam. And she'll hide it under the counter. You have.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. Thanks for the honey. And now you have honey.
Important question. Did I gain any criminal point from that?
I'm gonna say no, because you
Okay.
rolled low, and even though the plan went off a hitch, you rolled low. You just kind of managed to bear through it. Ha ha, bear through it. Oh man, this is really rubbing off on me. I'm just gonna say it worked. Okay.
Okay. Just checking, because that determines whether or not I just try and go behind one of the stands and just start clomping through the honey directly into my mouth.
Good golly.
I will come back and I will just show the group, honey, need more.
Wow.
Ah.
Are you gonna eat it?
Maybe.
Are you gonna let one of us eat it?
You could also hold on.
Maybe.
It will probably fit in your hat. Maybe. Your hat's getting kind of full, but there is space.
Also, bear in mind, this is a whole bunch of like jams and jelly selections while I'm wearing the top hat on my head. So it's just like bonking my head every couple of minutes when it moves around. So it being full is actually a better thing because then it won't move around as much.
So
I'm just saying that I've often found that if you need to keep honey somewhere, then the best place is in your tummy.
This is true.
basically, every time Losa walks around, there's a quiet jingling, like a quiet, like ding, 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 on top of their head, of the jars kind of bumping against each other.
Yeah, it's quite a jarring sound.
Yep.
Oh no! Oh, that hurt. That hurt. Oh, that really hurt. Ow.
When I was getting the honey from that person though, because they said that they couldn't give away that one, did they mention at all while we were trading where more of it might be by any chance?
They did not. They were just like, I can't give you the big jar, but I can give you this jar, right? So you got like a small to medium type of jar sort of situation. But they did not tell you where you could get more honey. They were just very confused by you and just kind of were just like, okay.
Are there any pamphlets or anything like that at the con for showing where like any big events? Like, because if it's a big convention, I imagine like if they're doing like their prize honey collection, it's going to be like a big event of the day, or it's going to be like at this hour we have special guests kind of thing, or like it's a prize product. Is there anything like events like flyers or pamphlets or any like signs or anything like that around the convention?
I would say there is indeed a map of the hall. It doesn't really have anything. It occasionally has, I mean, you're bears. You don't really read English.
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
Okay. But there's kind of these big stars on them every now and then. There's just like star here and a star there, and you're just like, okay, there's these places that we can check out where there probably will be more samples of honey and stuff. And maybe you can even find the what's his name? The organizer. There's an organizer, right, that has clearly put this whole event together. So maybe you can find that. Maybe you can find that person. Yeah. So you can keep looking around the convention hall if you want.
So as I walk around with Laosa and Ursi and Thib, I sort of jangle, like, sort of like as if there's anklets, like, but it's actually all the currency that's kind of buried in various little nooks and crannies of my.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So we have very noisy in disguise bears. One of them being Balloon, the other one being Laosa. This is beautiful.
And I try to sort of lean into it by doing this.
So as as your not anklets but actually currency kind of jingles with you. You're kind of dancing to the music, and every now and then people look over because they can hear this, and they're like, oh, how nice, oh. But then they kind of look away because they're a little bit confused, but they think you're just kind of having a grand old time, like you're enjoying this convention and all that kind of stuff. But yeah,
May I add an additional ridiculous detail to this?
go for it.
Sure.
So I've been told that from my knowledge, from my infinite bare knowledge, I've been informed that humans, when they're fancier, like ones who wear this kind of hat, they walk with a very specific lift to their step. So for anyone who's ever seen a Monty Python skit called the Ministry of Silly Walks, that's how I begin to start walking through the convention. Because in my head, that's how a fancy human is supposed to walk. So it's just me going like this every other step, just sort of bending down and moving forward. And it's like very stiff, very kind of what a bear trying to do formal, but it's a grizzly bear trying to do the movement of silly walks.
Oh,
And I start trying to tip the hat at people to try to not gain attention.
I love it.
That's very
I love it. And what's your bear specials again? You're the driver, right? You're not the face. Who's our face?
I
We don't have. Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah, you're the face. Okay, alrighty. All right. I'm just gonna say that the two of you are just kind of like the cool people in the convention. You're attracting some attention, but everyone's just like, all right, these people, they're very unusual, but they seem cool. They must be from another town, but they're probably one of the traveling honey sellers, and maybe their whole thing is theatrics and honey. Who knows?
That's good. While this is happening, of course, Percy is. I assume there's a couple of like free sample jars that have like a stick, so you can take it out. Ursi as a sun bear, well, his taste for honey is a bit overcome right now with the smells all around him. And as you may be able to find it by Googling, the sun bear has the longest tongue of any bear. And so he is one by one, until you interrupt me as the GM, and picking up a free sample jar and then sort of sticking his tongue in and slurping it all up and then moving to the next jar.
So you're eating honey.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna say you can do it. You're doing it. You can do it. About three more times. You can probably get away with it about 3 times before people start getting a little bit weird about it and going, like.
I'm not stopping.
You're not stopping. You're just gonna keep going. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is.
There's all this honey, and I'm here to steal the honey into my belly.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And if these other bears would follow my example, they would also be successful master thieves.
Okay. And so you just keep stealing honey, and I'm gonna make you roll for it this time because you're repeatedly making this happen. So roll me
Yes.
1d6 because I feel like at some point you need to roll, and it's kind of funny because you're gonna be eating honey, so that kind of brings it gives you a point back. So this might end up being moot, but we're gonna try it anyways.
Am I rolling bear or criminal here?
Just roll me 2d6 and tell me what you get.
Sure. I've rolled a 4 and a 5. If I'm allowed to use the lower one, that's equal to my criminal then.
It's equal to your criminal. Okay. I'm going to say that this works. I'm going to say that you keep managing to steal honey, and you keep going, and you're just eating honey. Just every now and then, just randomly, boop, a bit of honey disappears from someone's table, and nom nom, and right into your stomach. And I'm going to say that it works.
It's free.
It is free honey. And there's some very confused vendors wondering where the hell their honey is going. But so far,
I don't know. They see this. I'm not hiding this. I see the free sample, and I'm not going to try to do this with my face because I'm not a bear with a giant tongue, but just like tongue into the jar and then like swirl into the mouth, and like one giant, and then next jar, and so on.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Okay.
because of the free sample, so I'm taking the free full sample.
I was trying to fix this narratively, but okay, that's gonna cause a problem. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay. So.
While Ursi's doing that and probably getting attention, do either I or Balusi anyone who looks like a fancier human or a human who looks like
Yeah.
what I sense looks like an important human of any kind.
As a washed up bear, would I know like where to go behind stage or sets or where organizers for shows would be?
I'm gonna say, Bella, you definitely know, right? Like, I think you have a flair for that stuff. You are washed up in terms of your heistiness, right? You're maybe not so good at heisting, but you're really good at performing. It's just this kind of bonus bigger skill that you have, where you were probably once trying to get on stage with Beyonce, right? Like that was probably a dream for you at some point, but then the criminal life called to you. Um, so I'm going to say that you absolutely know where the stage is in this convention. And if you want, you can slip off backstage if that is what you would like. And
I will take La Osa with me.
and you're going to take Losa with you.
Wait, before we do this,
Okay.
I want to be sure we have everyone with us. I want to go back and after a certain point notice Ursi is just tongue cleaning out all of these honey jars.
Yep.
And just be like, Ursi, they're starting
Yes.
to notice.
They are starting to notice. They're starting to get annoyed too.
Well,
And
if they didn't like it, maybe they shouldn't have told everyone that it was free.
And I keep one of those gold casino coins at each of the samples.
Y'all are priceless. Oh my gosh.
I also go to
Call
Amir.
me a master thief, but I just take it and they let me.
I also go to Dib. We have an idea for where to follow.
But somebody
Okay.
needs to stop Ursi before Ursi gets, whacked around the head with a stick or something. So y'all need to rescue Ursi.
Can I do can I just have one of them getting a rowdy child kind of thing of just grabbing Ursi's shoulder and just sort of pulling him back just very slowly and just being tipping the hat, which is still jangling towards any of the vendors he's near, and just being sorry.
I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna say that totally works so long as Ursi does not try to seriously fight back. I'm gonna say that works, and Ursi, you're slowly pulled away from the honey. The honey just kind of gets a little too far away for your tongue to reach, and it's just like, eh, eh,
I've had my fill for a little bit.
but, and you get pulled away from the honey. I don't know if I told you earlier, but because you've been snacking on honey, take 1 point at a criminal and add it to bear, so you should be at 3 and 3 again.
That's right.
All right. Perfecto. So Ursi is back with 3 bear points, and Laosa has pulled Ursi away, and now you're all headed backstage. What's the plan?
I go towards where I think the biggest rush of humans are, because that's usually where everyone is rehearsing or getting ready.
Mm-hmm. So there's a stage, there's people backstage, right? There's technicians and stuff that are adjusting lights and all that kind of stuff, and there's people running around, right? Probably a presentation stage where some people can talk about their company and stuff with a slideshow in the background or something. This is all very corporate, which is really annoying because it's not what you expected. But there's a rush of people. There's probably a mirror somewhere with those lights all around it, the marquee lights, and so you can check out your appearance in the mirror if you like. Yeah, you're kind of backstage. You're kind of where all the people are. There's not too many, but you're there.
Is there anyone who looks like everybody's running to them?
Yeah, there's a stage director. The stage director is kind of pointing people and going, "Okay, we need the mayor of Beyonce Town. We need the mayor of Beyonce Town. Can you please get the mayor? Someone, please get me the mayor." Like they're just kind of yelling out loud, like, "Where is the mayor? The mayor is on in 20 minutes. Where is the mayor?" Are you gonna approach this person?
I look to look to my my heist comrades and say, well,
which one of us is the mayor?
I look at the top hat.
You look at the top hat. What is going on here?
And the shoulder
I can.
towards the stage manager.
Could you say it one more time? You kind of cut out.
Mayor. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. So I sort of turn Laosa's shoulders around and sort of gently push them towards the stage manager and say, "Mer."
That
I won't resist because I'm probably lost in thought. I'm like, this is a very bad idea, but it could work, but this is a very bad idea. And by the time I realize what's happened, I'm already in front of the human.
and you've been introduced as Merv, and I love it. This is just that I love this. This is incredible. Okay, so you get introduced as Merv, and the stage manager kind of stops and blinks, and they believe you, and they're like, "Oh, thank God, Mayor, you're here. I was wondering where you were. I didn't know, and I was very concerned. And I'm very glad that you're here. Take a seat right here." And they plop you into a chair, and they say, "And just wait here. You're going to be on stage in 10 minutes, and we need to talk about the best honey and all that stuff. Do you have your speech prepared?" And they're just kind of fussing over you, but they don't really hear whatever you're saying, right? Like they're just kind of flapping around you, kind of a thing. Like they're just kind of, oh haha, they're literally buzzing around you. Oh geez, I'm just not even gonna go there.
I bat the stage manager and I do this and I say, "Hi."
And they kind of look at you and go, "What? What?"
And I point at the mayor. Honey.
And the stage manager's gonna go, "No, no, that's not how this works. The mayor is here to give a speech. Now, you must be the assistant or something, but the mayor is here to give a speech. Now, the mayor needs to stay here. And unless you are going to do a performance or unless you are part of the mayor's on-stage presence, you need to leave."
I start doing this to sort of show that I'm a performer. And then I point at my other friends and jiggle as well, like performers.
Oh, excellent. You're all a part of the team. Oh, wonderful. Okay, well, all of you stay here. Just stay put. Don't move, all right? Just don't move.
Clarifying question.
Yes.
While they're going through the whole like telling me what I'm expected to do and everything, is there any mention of like a PowerPoint or anything like that that's going to be on the stage?
There probably will be a PowerPoint, yes. Did you want a PowerPoint?
Yes.
What would you like your PowerPoint to say?
No, I just wanted to go over. I would like if this is a thing that they've been planning, and maybe in my head, in my infinite bare knowledge, humans like to talk about combinations of things that shouldn't go together. So, I have an idea for how I might do this speech.
Okay.
But I just want a PowerPoint if possible.
I love that you're preparing for this speech.
I am. I have an idea.
I love it. I love that there is an idea.
A grizzly bear is currently thinking with all of her might as to how she might do a speech when she can't technically talk.
Sorry, I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay. Perfect. That works.
If it's possible, just for the PowerPoint, just to have like a slide on jams, a slide on jellies, and a slide on honey, and then a big slide with a question mark on it.
I'm gonna say that this can happen. I'm gonna say that through the magical powers of Deus Ex Machina, something that looks like that does definitely happen to the PowerPoint. Maybe one of you, I'm gonna say Ursi, sneaks away and manages to get a hold of the PowerPoint. The chat's really funny. I'm gonna
Through bare genuity manages to create a through bare genuity manages to create a PowerPoint that we need.
Beautiful. Yep. So Ursi manages to create an incredibly wonderful PowerPoint, and through his powers in criminality, and so this PowerPoint is now exactly what you want. And since there are dancers, I'm going to say that there is. Listen, I really want this, so everyone just roll with me. I'm gonna say Ursi also manages to rig up some music to go before the actual performance because I really need this. I need this in my life, okay? And so I really want this to happen. So, 10 minutes pass by while Ursi is doing all of the technical stuff. And we're going to say Ursi stays behind stage for this purpose. Ursi has somehow managed to get into the tech booth and is now running all of these, lights and stuff. Like, lights are going crazy on stage. Like, everything's flashing. And it's very, very exciting, dramatic. And music starts playing. Music begins to play. And,
I'm gonna
yeah?
turn to Balu and just like push him forward. This is where we go.
Okay. And Balu, do you take this opportunity?
Yes, of course.
So Balu, Ursi, yay! Welcome back.
I'm back.
Perfect. So essentially, you are in the sound booth. You are controlling the slideshow and the music, and there is music playing. And y'all are big fans of Beyonce, so it's a Beyonce song. The people here have never heard Beyonce, but it's really good music. And Balu walks out on stage. And if Dib wants to accompany Balu, Dib can totally accompany Balu, or you can accompany Losa. But Balu is now on stage and is now doing a dance to a Beyonce song and is doing the shimmy, and it is fabulous. And the
Yep.
crowd loves it. The crowd is excited. They were supposed to see the mayor. They got Balu Rani instead, but they are loving it. They are cheering. They are clapping. They're very excited by the fact that the mayor seems to have a hype person. For
And I get so excited when I twirl and spin while I'm dancing that coins go flying.
oh
and
my!
fix.
So coins go flying, and the audience is going, "Ooh, shiny!" And they're so excited because they don't know where these coins are coming from, but they're just kind of appearing, and it's like Balurani, the dancing bear, is just kind of magical, and it's just very strange and unusual, but exciting and very, very different. And they're like, "Oh wow, those people with the funny walk and the jingly janglies, like they're really cool. They must be friends of the mayor. That's probably why they're here." That makes sense. Yeah, they're friends of the mayor. This is awesome. Um, and then the song comes to an end, and everyone applauds. And then it's time for Losa to walk out, the mayor. And you can just hear someone announce, "We now present to you the mayor of Beyoncéville." And there's a thunderous applause as Losa walks out on stage.
I try and put like my shoulders back. Like I try and do all the things that like an actual real life people do in order to look like more formal and everything, like look like they're like important and what have you. And I try and signal to Ursi. I just try and make it like a signal. Like I'll just hold up one bare like digit for each like transition. So I'll hold up one bare digit for the first one, and then I will take off my top hat and put it. I'm assuming, is there like a little podium or is it just like a full stage?
Yeah, there's totally a podium.
Okay, so I will put my hat on the podium. Like I will be careful as I'm taking it off to make sure nothing like falls out of it. And so the first slide is a jam slide. I'm sure it has like nice impressive text, or what we think is impressive text.
Yep, it's probably gobbledygook because Ursi has really gotten at that PowerPoint. So
yes, so I pull out a jam.
But there is jam, and now there's jam, and the audience goes, "Jam."
I hold it out to all of them, and I just go.
Excited, Ursi mashes the clicker as fast as he can.
Oh no!
What did Ursi do? I did not hear all of that. What did you do?
He mashes the clicker as fast as he can. in bear language, he says, "I got it."
And
So while that's happening behind me,
crazy, but you can still see them. For some reason, the slides are on a loop. So all of a sudden, there's
Yeah,
jam.
just going around. Yeah.
There's jam. There's
so I do jam at first, and I just hold up. I wanted to kind of ask if I could, by nature of bear agility, try and just time it, just to add this to the presentation of, is the moment that each slide there's a jam or a jelly come up, I just time it so that I'm pulling each one of those out of the hat. When the jam comes up, I just do. When the jelly comes up, I just do. And then I pull out the one sample of honey jar that I have, and I'm like, and I hold up like a big smile. But then I try and get Blue to stop, but I try and time it so that it ends on the question mark slide, and then I want to like hold two of the jars, the jar of jam, the jar of jelly, and then hold the honey jar in the other hand and put it together, and then just make one of these faces like, the crowd.
So jam and honey together.
Pretty much.
Oh dear.
I'm working with the most ridiculous way that this could possibly work out. I don't know how many rolls or anything I need to do, but I'm excited to try it because this was all I could think of.
I love it. So the jam comes out and they're all just like ho hum, right? Like it's jam. The honey comes out and there is a thunderous applause, right? So everyone's really excited. They're huge fans of honey. So that part goes great. And then the jam and honey are together. Honey jam? Jam honey? Fruity honey?
Johnny?
Jenny.
Roll me a d6. Roll me 2d6 because this is completely hilarious and I want to give you a good shot. Roll me 2d6.
That is a 3 and a 4.
Ham. Oh dear. Ham is a terrible idea. That is a bad name for honey jam. A 3 and a 4. The crowd's like, huh. At first it's weird to them, but then they think about it. And they're like, what's your bear score again? Oh. Okay. I'm gonna say they're kind of confused. Some of them catch on though. So the room is divided. Half the thunderous applause. They think it's a brilliant idea. It's the latest innovation. Beyonce Town has a bright new future ahead of them with ham or fruity jam or whatever we want to call it. The other half of the room is confused. They think it's time for this mayor to go. They're not very certain of what is going on here. The crowd is deeply concerned by everything that has taken place here. And so it's kind of a mixed reaction from the audience. But you do get some applause. So if you'd like to bow, you can bow. Or if you'd like to
I do the walk, the Ministry of Funny Walks movement off the stage
Okay. So
to any applause.
perfect. So now we know what Lois has been up to. We kind of know where Ursi has been, and we know what Baloo was doing, shimmying on stage the whole time. What was Div up to the whole time?
Okay. So while everyone is distracted uh, by this speech, Dib is going to look for whoever isn't paying attention because Dib has learned that the people who stop caring about the speeches have so many of them. So clearly they must know more about the town. He's going to find someone like that.
Okay, you are going to find a person that does not pay attention. Roll me a d6. Let's just roll it and see what happens.
Oh boy, that is a 6 on the die.
Ouch.
Oh.
Ouch. That doesn't go so well for you. Nobody's interested. Everyone's paying attention to the mayor. Everyone. It's the mayor of Beyonceville. They're a big deal. So everyone's just like, shh, just wait, dude, like, what? Just wait. Like,
Mhm.
we can talk to you afterwards, and so it doesn't really go so well for you.
I think Dip gets frustrated,
Oh.
and they're gonna go look for the stage manager from earlier.
Okay, you can head backstage and look for the stage manager. She'll be behind stage.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I imagine that she's probably also paying attention to the speech.
Wait, say that again.
The stage manager's probably also paying attention to the speech as it's happening.
Probably just a little bit, right? Like she's at least half listening because it's the mayor and everyone pays respect to the mayor. But she's also the stage manager, so she's making sure everything is still going well behind the scenes. Clearly, she's not doing a very good job of that because Ursi's in the
Mhm.
tech room messing with the tech. She doesn't know that though. She's behind stage.
So I'm gonna tap her on the shoulder.
Okay, and she'll turn to you and she'll go, yes.
So I'm gonna wait. This is probably around the time the honey slide is on. And I'm gonna point on whatever mini screen is back here, just at the honey, and then take my finger and mime a bad question mark in the air with my paw.
Okay. Roll me another d6. Let's see what happens.
Cool. That's number 6.
A 6 again? Your dice don't love you, do they?
Not today. Not today.
Okay. So she kind of looks at you and goes, and it doesn't go very well yet again. She's just kind of like, I don't know what you're saying. I don't really understand. Um, Sorry, I just don't know. Um, and that's when, to the sound of a mixed audience of applause, Losa walks off stage. So you can see Losa walking off stage, coming to meet you. I'm assuming Ursi will appear from the tech booth, and Baloo will also walk off stage. So all of you,
Sure, we'll go.
yeah, perfect. So all of you are reunited backstage, but have not had very much luck.
Before I reunite with the group, can I possibly as I walk off stage, walk to the back, catch Dib, and just sort of do one of those slide up next to them? It'd be like, hey, this is my buddy kind of vibe things, and just be try and mime, pull out the honey jar again, and just be like, war.
More. Stage manager is like, okay, I get this is your friend, and y'all are fans of honey, but I can't really help you, and I need you all to leave now. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, but I need you all to leave now. And so you're kind of ushered out from behind the stage. But someone has been noticing that something hasn't been going quite right with HoneyCon, and as soon as you all emerge from backstage, you meet this woman. She's got long brown hair. She's wearing a headset. She's got a walkie-talkie around her neck. She's carrying a clipboard. She's got all this kind of paperwork and documentation and all these kind of labels on her little thing. You have found the organizer of HoneyCon, and she looks at you and goes, "You're not the mayor. Wait a minute. Who are you? What's going on here?" And this is where we're gonna take a break.
Awesome.
Come on, I had to find a way to put a cliffhanger in there. Alrighty, so we are going to take a quick break, and we will be back in about 10 minutes. Does that sound good? 10-minute break for everyone?
Yep.
Alrighty,
Sounds good.
chat, we will be back in 10 minutes. And let me click the transition button and all that kind of stuff. So wave bye, be right back. Bye. Transition. Do the thing, please. There we go. Thing is done, and we We're back. Yay! Hello! We're back. For part two.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone. We are back for part 2 of Honey Heist. We have had our break, and now it is time for more honey-related shenanigans. We're back. Hello. All right. So when we left off, our honey heisters, Balut, Dib, Laosa, and Ursi, had just managed to find the organizer. She's this lady who's looking at them very concerned, and she looks at Laosa and goes, "You're not the mayor."
Pull out the jar of honey.
Oh wait, actually, Ursi looks at her and then looks at the supposed mayor and then moves over to the organizer's side and looks really shocked. Like he can't believe this has just been pointed out that he's been deceived all this time.
So you're gonna act like you're confused and like you didn't realize that you have been fooled into believing that this is the mayor.
Yes.
Okay.
At the same time, Div is going to like take a step forward and cross their arms, like huffed up as if they're the mayor's bodyguard. And it's like, this is the official mayor, and I am the official mayor's bodyguard here.
And I do my fallback of I have no idea what's going at when all else fails, jiggle, and I start jiggling.
And you just start jiggling. So there is a mayor, there is a mayor's bodyguard, there is, well, a mayor bear and a mayor bear's bodyguard. And there is a jiggling Baloo and Ursi looking shocked. And the organizer kind of looks around and goes, "Now, let's not pretend here. I know what's going on." She doesn't actually know what's going on, but she goes, "I know what's going on. You all just party crashing, right? That's fine. That's fine."
Yep. Ursi wags his fingers at the others like,
And she goes, "Look, I just have to show you out, okay? I just can't have you here. I appreciate that y'all had a really lovely performance, but unless there's something I can get for you all, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave."
Pull out the jar of honey.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna point to that as well.
I point to that and I'm like,
"Oh, you're honey enthusiasts."
at HoneyCon, who would have guessed?
Okay.
Imagining that's what you actually say, but it just comes out in bear like, ooh, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. You guys have found the mayor, and this is a very big moment. I'm actually gonna pull up a dice roller. Let me pull up a dice roller. I want to roll a dice for this mayor. If I can find where I put my frickin' dice roller. Grr. Hold on.
It's like general dice roller, D&D dice roller, Scum and Villainy dice roller. Here we go. Mayor subclass dice roller, buried within 6 folders.
My God.
it's buried.
Oh no.
Oh, I wasn't even trying. I wasn't trying.
Don't do this to me. Oh my word. The mayor rolls a 1. And so the mayor goes, "Oh, you want honey? Well, there's lots of it around. Did you want to eat honey? I mean, okay. Well, let me take you back to we have a green room. And I did order some dishes with honey in them, and I can take you there. And y'all can eat. And then you need to leave."
Ursi takes out like one of, this is the best he could figure out to communicate what he wants. Takes out like one of the like currency tokens, and then he also then takes out like a real coin he's just found on the ground somewhere, and places them in front of him. And then he puts a jar of the honey we already have next to the currency token. And then he points at the real money and like the empty space next to it. And it's like, yeah, as best as he communicates. Where's the real stuff, you know? Where's the one level up?
Okay, I love it. That's really, really smart. 2d6.
I don't know what this shiny stuff is, but one type of it seems to be better than the other.
And what do you get on those 2d6?
Oh, am I rolling?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, you're rolling. That's why we're waiting.
I got a 1 and a 3, so I
you got a 1 and a 3. Amazing. Yeah. You have done well. And she gets it. She's just like, are you asking me for the honey? Like the honey? Like,
yeah.
All of our honey? The big stash that we keep in the vault. You're not referring to that honey, right? Is that? Oh. Well, what do you want with it? Are you here to purchase it? Balloon eyes.
To the other, I mean,
basically
to the other
everything. I'm just saying yes to.
I mean, to the other bears, he just says, "I don't know what that word means. I think it means take."
Sounds right to me.
So you're.
Sounds about right to me.
Okay, so you're here to purchase all of the honey, every last drop of it. Okay. Well, I didn't realize we had such high spenders here. I think we should go back to the oh my, I think we need to go back to the green room anyways. Please come have a seat. And she'll just usher all of you into this green room, and there's these honey flavored dishes there. There's like honey buns and honey whatever, like there's all these honey meals there that you're welcome to partake in if you want. And this organizer's having a meltdown because she's just like, this has never happened. In all the years that we've run HoneyCon, we've never had anyone try to purchase all of our honey. But and I don't know if that's a good idea or not. And she'll just kind of be thinking for a moment. And then she'll go, okay, well, yeah, I guess so. If you want to purchase the honey, then sure. And she'll pull out this very fancy looking document that's probably some kind of business deal or contract or something, and she'll go, I just need one of you to sign here, please.
Okay.
I don't know how to pick up one of those.
I have an idea.
Yeah?
I'm going to turn it also. Jam, please.
Wait, say that one more time.
Jam.
The jam.
Please. Jam, yeah.
I see, of course.
I take the jam, open it, dip my paw in the jam, and sign nonsense with jam on paper.
And the organizer's gonna go, well, I think pen would have sufficed, but oh, okay, all right. No, thank you. It's just gonna be a very sticky document. Okay.
Well, before she goes away, is there any way I can like pull out the jar of honey that? Well, I'd have to like move my top hat, root through it, pull out the jar of honey that's still in there, and just try and like point to it and just say the word best and then sample.
Okay. Roll me a d6.
Okay.
I mean, you do have the honey meals in front of you.
It was a 3.
Was it 3? Okay. She'll be like, Oh, okay. Yeah, I can. I have this very nice, rare varietal of honey. I can probably grab you some of that, and she'll take. No. Oh.
Best.
Oh. I think.
I have seen humans do this gesture, like, so I'm like trying to indicate like highest, like either quality or like money cost.
Most expensive. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, fine. Anything for our lovely buyers. And so she'll go. And of course, it makes sense. You want to sample your honey before you buy it, and she believes it. So she'll go and she'll come back and she'll bring you all little like I'll say about this size. It's like a little like almost like a Dixie cup size, like a little Dixie cup full of honey for each of you. So you have a
Like the little hotel or airport airplane sample size.
Yeah, exactly. So now you all have some honey that you can taste. And she goes, "This is from our vault. It is our best honey." And she'll kind of wait for you and hope that you'll take the honey. And she'll go,
One of the straw stirrers, and that maybe that are made out of wood or bamboo or whatever, and I just stir it and keep licking this and munching on the bamboo stirrer.
Oh, so like you dip it in and then you just like eat it.
Yeah.
I turn to Ursi and be like, Ursi, can you smell where the vault is?
Yeah, okay, sure. Can I? Should I roll for this?
"Yep, roll for it. Roll me 2d6. You get.
Sorry. Well, one of those didn't work out. I got a 6 and a 3.
Okay. You can
I
smell
do
the
have 3 in my scores. So.
you can smell the vault on her, and it smells like it smells like that paper money that humans exchange. She smells like paper money and honey, and you think that the honey is being stored in some kind of metallic room or something like that. Like it smells like it's in some kind of metal, something holding it in, like a metal sort of tank or room or something like that.
So Ursi turns to Larissa and says, "You were right all along. The honey is with the Spangleys." But a different Spangly place to the Spangly place we were before. This place smells more boring.
Oh,
Humans are very boring. We should have assumed this from the beginning.
was
I think humans are very exciting. I met a very exciting human who gave me this crown. I have to assume he wanted me to have it because I took it and he just ran away.
That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Ah, that's so good.
So does Ursi know roughly the direction to where to go to reach the vault, or just knows that it's in a vault?
I just know that it smells like this stuff.
I'm gonna roll one more time. Just because.
You can roll to see if you can decipher the facts that Ursi's talking about a bank, but Ursi doesn't know that.
That's true.
No. I think you two kind of know what's going on here. And the woman doesn't know what you're all discussing. She assumes that you're all speaking in your own language.
I'm just imagining as we're working out that it's the bank that like one of us or maybe both of us are having the like meme of the like woman just doing like geometry and like calculus all over her face, and it's just both of us having a moment of like.
I love it. So here's what I think happens. I think, what's the word? I think what happens is as you two are discussing and you kind of realize that all of the honey is in the bank. The lady looks at you all and goes, "Well, what did you think of the honey? Did you like it?" Yes? Excellent. Excellent. Well, since you've agreed to purchase all of it, we've begun loading all of the honey into a truck, so that you can take it. I just need the money first.
At this point, I go towards wherever I think the truck is. I just start waddling away.
So she's just kind of talking, and all of a sudden Baloo just starts exiting, and she goes,
It's okay. Ursi thinks he's got this, and he's going to hand this money thing, and so he hands her the one coin that he has, and nods and follows Baloo.
Wait a minute, that wasn't our deal. And she's looking at Dib, and she's looking at Losa, and some really serious things need to happen because now she's pissed. She's
Okay.
well, you're imposters, you're terrible people, and you're trying to. Are you trying to steal my honey? Are you trying to con me out of my honey?
So Dib is going to walk up, like hands raised apologetically, and they're just gonna start making a huge scene of apologizing and stall for time for the others. So they're gonna like raise both paws, shake their head,
Okay.
give like a polite bow, look around, search as if they're searching pockets, and then start grabbing their fur, grabbing at various parts of their fur, like oh no I can't, oh no, and like make a whole scene out of looking for money.
Okay.
I will also take the moment to just turn to Ursi and say, run, go to the bank, go with Baloo. We'll deal with this. And then I will take off my hat very kindly. I will reach out a paw to shake, to tell the organizer, like try and do like a apologetic like kind of face, reach out my paw, and then I'm going to scream in her face to try and terrify her to get her to run away, and then I'm going to run.
Yes, thank you. Just before I make a move, Nvidia Gaming, thank you so much for hosting us. That means a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Woo-hoo! We're being hosted by Nvidia Gaming. All right.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! So finally, some criminal action. So the organizers kind of having a gentle argument with Dib, kind of being consoled, but also kind of very concerned, and it's just kind of like a word salad that she's throwing at you, and Losa comes up as Ursi and Baloo have made an escape, and are scrambling out of Honeycon and in the direction of the bank, and Losa stands in front of the organizer and screams. And I know. Let me roll for this. I'm getting a little bit too enthusiastic. Yeah, perfect.
Hoping to use terrify just to get her to just back off from us and let us buy us a second to run away.
It's perfect. She goes completely sheet white, just pale, in shock, and faints. Just boom, on the ground, collapse. She is out like a light. She's horrified. For some reason, was in a room full of bears, and she doesn't understand, and her brain just kind of shuts down, and it's just like, too much. So now you have a fainted organizer in the green room, and I'm gonna guess that you're all beating a hasty exit.
Before I do that, I start to run out of the room. I just sort of gesture to Dib to just start making with paws like a sign to be like that way, like run towards the exit. And so I'm the last one out. But right before like I imagine there's like a door to get through, this is an amazing image to imagine 4 bears casually walking through a door. But right as I get to the door, I turn around, I go back, I take off the top hat, I pull out a jar of jam, and I set it next to like her fainted body. And then I put my hat back on, and then I just take off running to catch up with the group.
Is that your like I'm sorry present? Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so there is a fainted organizer with a jar of honey, jam lying next to her. Okay, so now you're all out of Honeycon, and I know that all of you want to make a beeline to the bank and to the truck, but I would like to know, would you like to stop anywhere on your way, maybe to gather some kind of supplies? There are still other places in the city or in the small town that you haven't really explored that may prove handy.
It's up to you guys. I've just been able to take whatever I wanted so far.
I've just been sort of making a beeline to the nearest truck, not necessarily the truck. Just
Here, there's lots of trucks in this town.
Truck?
That does
Did
go
you
well
have
for
one
you.
planned? I assumed you were just going to take one when you found it. That's how Ursi runs.
I thought the truck would be sort of at the loading dock of wherever Honeycon is. So I'm making a beeline there, regardless of whether that's actually where the honey truck is.
So Balu did not get the memo that the honey truck is probably somewhere near the bank where all of the honey was being stored. And Balu's just running around looking for trucks.
Mhm.
And is basically, I'm guessing, attempting to get into all of these trucks.
Oh yeah, and the way I'll get into the first one that looks about the correct size for like a big score, I'm just gonna literally, just with my entire big furry body, just kind of be like scooch, scooch, scooch until the person gets kind of squished out.
And this person goes, "Hey, what are you doing? What? You can't do that! Hey, hey!"
And I start driving.
Okay, Balu is now in possession of a truck. It is not the correct truck, but Balu is in possession of a truck. Are you the driver, Balu?
Yes, and I'm going to drive to the nearest bear I see.
Okay. That would
It's
okay. Yes.
probably Ursi at this point because Ursi was out right after you.
Yeah, he was following you.
Okay.
My suggestion would have just been to go to the magician's tent to lie low for a couple of minutes, see if they'll get people to go over there first, and then we head to the bank.
And as Ursi gets in, I'm like, I got the stash, let's go!
May I see you?
And I just point to the back without even looking as I'm driving.
What do I see?
It's empty. That's not the truck. It's an empty truck that was being prepared to load up with the stage after HoneyCon. So it's empty. It was just waiting for stuff to be put in it.
Wow, it looks like you stole an invisible honey.
And at this point, I look back and I was like, wait, there's no honey there?
Oh,
That's not what you told me first.
But I thought they said they were loading the trucks. This is where the honey is.
At this point, you probably hear Dib and I. You see Dib and I running. Like,
I
okay.
see Lois and Deb running into the magic tent. So,
Oh, right. That's
Balu
right.
and Ursi, do you want to follow them into the magic tent?
Follow with the truck into the...
We're happy to let them have their adventure, I think, and we'll just keep the engine running.
But wait, are you keeping the engine running outside of the tent or directly into the tent? I think this is an important question to answer for our story.
I meant that we'll wait for you while you check out the tent.
Yep.
Okay.
But feel free to override me if that would make this more entertaining.
No. I know. I believe you when you say you're willing to wait for us. The question is, are you waiting for us with the truck outside the tent or with the truck inside the tent? That's the important question.
Does the truck fit inside the tent?
The truck does not fit inside the tent. You can probably get the nose of the truck in, and that's probably about it. So now
Yep,
it's like,
that's how I park it.
is this really happening? Yeah. Oh my god.
We can
You
backpedal
park just
if
like
it's
on
going-
TV.
We can backpedal if it's going to break the game.
No, it's not going to. I can roll with this. I totally got this. I'm just a little bit dying right now because this is just unbelievable. And I think chat is also shocked into silence because I keep looking over and I'm like, nothing's happening. These people don't even know how to react to this.
I'm sorry.
It's amazing. It is the best. This is what this is what Honey Heist is all about. I mean, just like mildly shocked. Yeah, same. No, this is exactly what Honey Heist should be like. So, here's what happens. Dib and Laosa are in Merlin's magic tent. There's a wizard standing there, and he goes, "Hello, welcome." And all of a sudden, behind them, there's the ginormous rumble of a truck. And all of a sudden, the nose of a truck, boink, pops into view in the flaps of the tent. And Merlin goes, oh my, are you... Are you here to make large purchases? Perfect.
Mm,
Perfect. All of my items are at your disposal. And in the magic tent, or in the wizard's tent, there is a cage with gremlins, and it has a $999 price tag on it. There is a magic wand that says, just give it a flick. There are, I'm just making a note. Thank you, I can't talk and type at the same time, apparently. So there is a magic wand, there is a cage full of gremlins, there is a bag of holding, and there is a, what's the word I'm looking for? An invisible cloak. There's a whole bunch of items. There's also a magic carpet. There's all of these items. Which ones would you like to grab?
so I'm gonna turn to Osa. Mm, 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 mm,
What?
Ursi's not with you, but if you were channeling his spirit, he would suggest that you just detach the tent from the ground and take it all as like one giant bag.
I mean, you could walk in. Despite the truck
No.
bubbling, you could definitely
I'm happy for them. I want to see what they do.
So the magic wand, did you say it had a sign that says just swish and flick?
just give it a flick. And I will.
Okay, I will literally go
confess.
up and I will grab it and I will flick it in the direction of the wizard.
Beautiful. And I need to make a note here. This is the one thing that I borrowed from my previous game of Honey Heist, because this is kind of an Evan Jennings tribute right now. And so Michi in chat probably knows exactly what's about to happen. But
Oh no.
yep, I kind of threw it at them, and I was just like, "What are some of your favorite parts from the last game?" And so some items were borrowed.
So Bear Paw reaches out, grabs a wand
gives it a flick.
in the direction of the wizard.
Okay. You flip the tag over, and it says, "Oh no, what have I done?" And a big blue bolt comes out from the end of the wand and strikes the wizard. The wizard turns into a monkey, and a bunch of snakes also come out of the end of the wand and start to slither around. But now you don't have to deal with the wizard. Well done.
In my head, Osa's temporarily possessed by the spirit of all of my D&D characters to say, "I'm sorry you failed your wisdom saving throw," walks over and then leaves a jar of jam this time. No, it's a jar of jelly this time. Next to the frog. Then just sort of turns to the group, does one of these, and then is just like, grab everything.
Perfect.
Dib is going to go for the carpet.
Perfect. So we have a magic carpet. We have a cloak of invisibility. We have a bag of holding. We also have a cage full of gremlins that are kind of like, yes, yes, we are going on an adventure. And you can just kind of hear them like excitedly making like gremlin-y kind of noises. And anything else that I mentioned that I have now forgotten that I mentioned all gets loaded up into the back of your truck. And I'm assuming, Dib and Losa, you, rather heist-like, decide to hop into the back of the truck and close the back door. And now, Balu can use the truck.
I reverse the truck and drive it in reverse the entire way.
This is probably not going to go well. Losa, take a point and add it into criminal, because that went off without a hitch. Balu, roll me a d6.
Wait, do you want me to also roll a d6, you said?
Just Balu.
Just believe.
Oh, a d6?
You just needed to add a point into criminal because that went off without a hitch.
Yep. So now I think I am even.
I think you're even.
Both. Yeah, so I got a 3, which ties.
Okay. It just needs to be equal or lower.
Okay.
So you manage to drive this truck successfully backwards You're a washed out driver, so no wonder it's backwards. But you're a driver, so you succeed. And it's a little bit a little bit risky, a little bit dangerous. Some people jump out of the way. You maybe, nearly run over someone but manage to avoid them. And before you know it, you're in front of a bank. What happens next?
I find the nearest sort of open doorway or window or something, and I park the back right into it, like load, sort of just go right into that.
Okay, amazing. Divilosa, you have now been backed into the door.
Wow, Baloo, that was perfect.
Oh, thank you.
So I'm gonna turn to Osa. I am now lying down on this magic carpet and will refuse to walk. And turn to Osa. Shall we go get Donnie then?
And it's like, let's go in. Let's just see what happens.
Can you get the door? It's hard to reach lying down.
I'm gonna say,
Are you literally just asking me for like the front door while you're lying on the carpet?
Yes.
amazing. Oh my.
Yeah, I will just go and open the door with bare ball.
Okay, so the back door of the truck flies open up, and Losa opens up the door to the bank. For some reason, it was left unlocked. It's very strange. It's very strange. This city is not logical. And all of a sudden, seeing the doors are opened, the magic carpet lifts up. It just takes dip and lifts up, and shoots into the bank. Dib, you are now on a rogue magic carpet that has flown into the bank.
Sometimes you choose the path in life. Sometimes the path chooses you.
I guess you can smell that honey better than I can.
I mean, Ursa, you're like the honey homing beacon, so if you want to go and sniff out some honey, you're more than welcome to.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what I'm doing. Just after watching that, I'll take a sniff. I'll roll, I guess, if I need to.
Sure.
I have successfully rolled a 2.
Beautiful.
And I take a bunch of my chewed up stirs and toothpicks, and I hand it to Ursi, and I say, "For the doors."
For the doors?
They're lockpicks.
Yeah, I was like, wait, did you for lockpicks?
Now, I know they're meant to be lockpicks, but if you're using them to like jam a door locked by like putting the toothpick in the handle of like a crowbar.
See, this is why they're the retired one.
Yep.
I'm mind blown. Okay, carry on.
So the tiny little toothpick is there, acting as a crowbar when required.
Okay.
So carry on. Where's the honey at? Where is the vault? Where's the stuff?
Okay. So I'm
Please.
assuming that all of you are gathered inside the bank.
Yep, I punch another window in to get in because I realized only the ones in the back can get in.
Perfect. So now you punched your way in. You probably triggered another alarm. But you smell honey. You smell lots of honey, Ursi. You can smell all of it. And you scamper over to where the honey should be. In a vault, of course. Banks are pretty easy, right? There's a big vault that has all the honey, and if we manage to open the vault, then there should be honey there. So I need someone to attempt to open the vault.
Well, Ursi, after leaving here, we'll just walk up to the vault door and try to pull it open.
Roll me a d6, just for the heck of it.
A 4.
A 4. Okay. Door doesn't budge.
Well, I'm all out of ideas, guys.
Where is my magic carpet taking me? Is it taking me to here or somewhere else?
I'm gonna say your magic carpet just went wild and is still flying you through the bay.
Oh, so so the three of us have just like carried on with trying to go through the vault while Dib is just flying around like the lobby on a wild magic carpet.
So
Pretty much, y'all just kind of forgot about Dim for a minute there.
I think. Oh. Okay.
Did you want to try and say a magic word? Did you want to try and just like talk to the carpet, or did you want to do something with this? Did you want to yell at your mates?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Dib's gonna sigh and tilt their head sideways and go, What are you hoping to do here, buddy? Where are you trying to go? You know, I've met a lot of people like you, confused and energetic, not really sure what I want to do, so they start flying around everywhere, trying to figure out maybe they'll find something that they're looking for if they just zip zap zap all over the place. But I can tell that you have a kindred spirit with me. You want the same thing I want, and that thing is honey. So what say you? We work together on this. We work together. And one last job for the two of us. Get all the honey you could ever need.
I love it. I love it so much. Can I also retcon and say the reason that you're lying on the magic carpet in the first place is because you're a retired player and you got tired?
Yes.
I love it. I love it so much. I love it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Do I want to make you roll for that or not? Roll for it. Roll for it. Let's just see. It was a really great speech. Roll 2d6s because it was a great speech.
I like the idea that he's not actually a retired bear. He's just a really tired bear, and he's just got the name of the retired bear.
Is actually really
real lazy on jobs. All right. Well, I rolled a 5 and a 2.
Yeah, you rolled a 2. That's all that matters to me. The magic carpet very gracefully sinks to the floor. You can now get off the magic carpet. The magic carpet, once you get off, will actually stand up on its own 2 feet and start to walk.
You want to come with me, buddy?
Pardon?
Want to come with me, buddy?
Just see the magic carpet go boop, 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 boop.
Do you have a name? Is what you prefer to be called?
I mean, the magic carpet kind of does a shimmy and a wave and kind of flops about a bit, but that's not really a name.
I'm going to call you Shimmy.
Huh?
All right, Shimmy, let's go.
All right, you have acquired one friend named Shimmy the Magic Carpet. This is
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
Acha, acha, acha.
So I go up to the vault with Shimmy.
That was a Bollywood reference, by the way, and I freaking love it. Oh my goodness. I just want Balu to start singing now. That was beautiful. Balu has not had their calling moment yet. They've just had their dance moment.
Yep.
Is this a good moment now that you're being introduced to Shimmy?
Yes.
Go.
Hello, everyone. This is my friend Shimmy.
Go for it.
Oh. I can't really think of anything off the top of my head.
That's fine. That's totally fine. We're just going to improv it and say that the name Shimmy, you just like, Shimmy, Shimmy, and then you start shimmying, and you start singing, and you're like, Shimmy!
Hands clapping!
Hands clapping, there's a whole bunch of jingling and jiggling, and it's just really, really good. I love it.
My stomach hurts so much from laughing the past 10 minutes.
Perfect. That is the goal, is you should be laughing until your stomach hurts in a Honey Heist game. If I have done that, I have done my job. So.
You have a friend Shimmy.
We have our friend Shimmy.
Okay, I have a question, because you were asking us earlier how we would want it for someone to try and break open the vault.
Mm-hmm.
Can I, using my amazing grizzly bear strength, take off my hat very carefully so that the jars do not break? I was imagining them, for whatever reason, in like mason jars. So can I like screw off the tops, start breaking them in half and bending them into little like thinner like wire twines, and then try and use those as lockpicks?
I'm gonna give it to you because that is brilliant. You're just like, screw all of the magic stuff that we just acquired. I'm gonna use my jars. I love it. That is so wonderful.
Well, it also has mine. The worry is that, okay, I could try and use this wand to try and turn the door into a frog, but what if it turns the whole building into a frog and everything touching the building into a frog? It's the most logical course of action.
Losa is precious. I love it. Go for it.
That's why you're the brains.
Hey there, what you making?
Lockpicks.
What's that?
It's for picking a lock.
I'm gonna give you 2d6.
And I hand you my chewed up toothpicks.
Is this criminal, by the way? I don't think this is Bear.
Yeah, what's your criminal score?
It's 5.
What?
And I rolled 2 5s.
Oh. Ooh. Okay, so you were on the edge of becoming a fully fledged criminal. So
I know.
you also rolled.
There's a reason I didn't use the magic wand for this.
I love this so much. Okay. All right. And you manage to pick the lock, and it opens. You have found the honey. You have found the stash. Say cheers! Hooray!
Yay!
What does it look like? The stash.
Of honey?
Yeah.
It's kind of, just this huge vault that's glowing with all of this honey. And it's just kind of like a big old, it's like a ginormous lake of honey, basically, inside of a vault. You could dive into it, but you may not want to, because it's all being piped into a truck. So there is an actual, hose in there sucking out honey, slowly but surely, and it's all being fed into a truck, because y'all had made a deal with the organizer, and so she was trying to, get the honey ready for whenever she got payment. She didn't really get payment, unfortunately. But, the honey is being prepared for you to take it. So you could...
I'm gonna waddle over to the truck. Follow the hose to the truck. And then I'm gonna do the same kind of basically squish the person out of this.
I love it. Everyone's got their signature move, and I love it. Okay, Baloo is in position. What does everyone else do?
Ursi, I guess we'll follow Baloo.
Okay.
And if I can add to the world slightly here, I think there's a clear sort of control or something that sets the speed of hose sucking, and Ursi sets it to maximum.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so all of the honey rapidly begins to drain from the vault. It's just whereas before it was kind of going at a medium pace, where it was the ideal setting for draining honey out of a vault, and it was slowly but surely chugging along. All of a sudden, honey starts draining rapidly, and you can hear you can kind of hear the little control panel is going red. There's steam coming out of it, because this is too fast. You're not supposed to extricate honey from vaults this quickly, but it's happening. And the truck is getting more full of honey.
So, Dib is gonna turn. Oh, you still have the bag, the fancy magic bag.
You do have a magic bag.
Why don't we put the magic bag at the end of the pipe?
You're putting a magic bag at the end of the pipe that's sucking the honey out of the vault?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want the okay, so you don't...
Well, would it be possible when Dib does that if Dib's doing
Oh, Dib's asking Osa. Dib's asking Osa.
Ursi, can you reverse the direction of the pipe?
Why?
We can put the honey in the bag.
Why do you know we want to use this truck and just drive it away?
That's a good idea. Actually, how much honey is in the truck right now?
Let's say that the truck is about half full.
So is it like an oil tanker sort of a thing because it's liquid?
Yeah, pretty much. This can go either way at this point.
Pressurized?
Well, because I was curious to ask something of our storyteller, because this will determine what I do next.
Okay.
That previous action kind of went off without a hitch.
I was saving it.
So I was kind of hoping.
Saving the mention because I
I
saw where
was
this was going.
Yeah, because I was kind of hoping I could just say, okay, Dib, why don't you hold the bag at the end of the hose,
Mm-hmm.
Ursi, you make sure that nothing happens to the hose while the rest of the honey's pouring out. And I would just like to walk over to the other side of go to like the passenger side seat of the truck and just try and tell Baloo, if you let me drive it away, they won't catch you.
Now, I may not be smarter than the average bear, but it sounds to me like you're trying an awful lot to be a thief, which you aren't.
Nope. I wouldn't know how to be a thief. I'm just a
And that's
bear.
why I caught you.
That's true. You should be the smart one. You should tell me what to do about the honey outside of the truck while I'm inside the truck, figuring out, processing, and reflecting on my actions.
So
I say,
okay.
you know what? I enjoyed being a dancer today. Sure. And I sort of scooch over and sit in the passenger seat.
Baloo?
Wait, isn't that where he is right now? Sorry, where Laosi is right now?
I switch seats.
Sorry.
Let Laosa be the driver.
So my understanding is that everyone was inside the bank, and that Ursi is manning the control panel. Ursi's like, Lucy, you're being weird. Like, this is suspicious. But you're manning the control panel. And Laosa and Baloo are out near the truck. And Baloo's like, you know what? I kind of want to take up a life of dancing again. This whole criminal business isn't working out for me. And Baloo is questioning their life choices. They had way too much fun dancing today. So Baloo is like, we need to go back to dancing. So Baloo's kind of lost in contemplation. Being a washed up criminal really. The washed up bear life isn't for Baloo. Baloo is a dancer at heart. It's a very serious life crisis that Baloo is going through when Laosa walks up and goes, they won't catch you if you let me drive. And of course Baloo gives up their seat because that's great. If Baloo isn't caught, Baloo can go and be a dancer. This works out. This works out. So we have Baloo in the passenger seat, Laosa in the driver's seat, in some kind of timeout, I guess. Just, or pretending they're in timeout. We have Dib holding the bag of holding on one end of the hose pipe, stopping any more honey from getting into the truck. And we have Ursi messing with the control panel. And honey is, I don't know if at this point, if honey is going into the truck or going into the bag. I'm really not entirely sure because
I don't think we're clear on that part of it either at this point.
Ursi's very confused, and so he, I think, stops it roughly where it is, which is a hose full of honey, a bank mostly emptied of honey, but leaking into it a little from the hose, and a truck mostly full of honey.
Okay, that works.
Either that or a truck full of highly pressurized honey, which I think was mentioned.
Yes.
That does sound about right. Okay, so there is honey in a couple of places. This is fine.
This is fine.
This is fine.
This is fine.
Okay, let's see. Let me think here for a moment. And Laosa, you criminal score. What do you want to do? Come on, Laosa, you've embraced the criminal life now. There is no turning back.
You've
My
gone
thought
full
is,
criminal.
I mean, I'm going to go full criminal. I'm just trying to figure out what route of full criminal I want to do this in.
Go for it.
Okay.
Contemplate this full criminalness.
Okay. I would like to, as I've done throughout this entire adventure, take off my top hat, because I've been wearing the top hat the entire time after I used the tops of the jars and everything. And the jar of honey is still there. It just didn't have the top. So probably some of it's been leaking through onto my head throughout some of this. But I pull it out and I hand it over to Ursi and I go, truce. and then I just
I didn't
before
know we
before
were
you
fighting.
no, just here's more honey for you.
Aw.
And then immediately I take the wand, I zap Baloo with it, and I push them as a frog out of the truck, and then I take off in the truck.
Well, that just suddenly went very differently from what I expected. Baloo has. Yeah, what Michi said, oh no, Losa. Baloo has now turned into a frog. Baloo the frog is going to hop away on a life of frog dancing.
Yep.
Dib,
You know, like the little frog, the with the top hat and the cane.
I leave them with the top hat.
beautiful.
And the toothpick is now a cane.
The toothpick is just the right size for a cane. The top hat shrinks down with Baloo and becomes Baloo the frog sized. And Ursi has a jar of jam, honey.
Honey.
If I may make a suggestion,
Okay.
so the truck was driven off with the hose still attached. A hose which, may have had a loop in it that perhaps one of Ursi's legs was standing in, which he may be dragged off with to get back up once the truck stops.
I feel really bad for Ursi, okay, but alright, sure, I'm not gonna say no.
It takes more than this to stuff Ursi. He's been through worse.
You just see Spark going across the street the entire time because he's wearing the crown, so the crowd is scraping along the street and there's Spark.
Is Ursi basically like, damn you, Loza, I am going to follow you for the honey? Is that what's going on here?
That implies a clarity of purpose that I'm not sure Ursi has. But
Ursi's like, I'm just along for the ride. The puns in chat right now are killing.
But the fact that he's going with the honey truck, he sees as a positive.
Okay, so it's a good note for Ursi and poor Dib. Dib has a bag of holding of honey.
Yeah. So
Still at the bank.
So right now at the bank, ignoring the mess right outside, how much honey is left in the big jar?
That's true, because we didn't get all of it. Because we didn't wait until like all of the honey was gone. There's still honey coming out of it.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Yep.
Is it still pumping?
Yep. I would say that you're probably standing in about a quarter of the vault. There's still a nice layer of honey.
Great. Can I turn off the pump?
Yep.
So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna turn to Shimmy and say, Shimmy, buddy, I need you to do me one last favor. Keep your threads running, whatever carpet does to fly the engine running equivalent. Just keep that going. I'm gonna drink as much honey as I can, and as soon as they get here, as soon as the fuzz arrives, we're gonna make a book for it, all right?
So Lewis has betrayed the crew, and Div is just like, fuck this. I'm in it for myself and for Shimmy. It's just the two of us now. We're on our own.
If everyone else is running away, there's honey right here, and I can swim. I'm a polar bear.
Oh my god,
I'm going
that's right.
first into the honey.
I forgot.
It's my one ability of the polar bear. And so I'm diving head first into this honey and swimming as many laps in this glorious honey as I can.
That's amazing.
I forgot about the swim ability. This is the perfect use.
Excellent. This is incredible. I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna make you roll for it. I'm gonna say that too goes off without a hitch. You managed to do it. Shimmy somehow knows exactly what's going on here and knows that they're just gonna handle the truck. Somehow they're talented in driving. They've probably been in the backs of many trucks and they kind of have an idea of how driving works. So you have a getaway driver, and you have a bag of holding full of a lot of honey. And so While Dib,
I have one more pun.
yes.
Shami Kapoor.
Yes, I was thinking of Shimmy Kapoor too, but I didn't want to say it because I was just like, no, that would be too much. And I'm so
I
glad you
think
said it.
Miriam is just the person in our group who just goes forward with it. It's just like it's gonna get a laugh.
Yeah,
Regardless if it's actually funny, their delivery will
Shimmy
make it
Kapoor.
funny.
It's perfect. Yep, yep. That was perfect. That was just I'm living for that. So here is how our honey heist ends. With Losa driving off into the sunset, Baloo hopping away as a frog, Ursi being dragged along behind, and seemingly the most successful out of all of this question mark, Dib, with their new friend, Shimmy, and a truck and a bag full of homing of honey. And Beyonceville is just kind of at a loss. It's been a strange day in Beyonceville, and they're all out of honey. Um, and the end. It's just kind of I
Yay!
don't know how to put a bow on that, but they're just like they have no honey. Y'all did better than the last game because the last time this happened, the entire city was decimated. Yep, the gremlins were let out. The city was destroyed. It was really kind of a nightmare. It was really beautiful. So this
Oh yeah, there's gremlins in the car.
there's gremlins in the other truck that Div is driving off with. So this gremlins may yet see another day.
You know what that means, though? You know what that means with
What?
Dib having access to a band of gremlins, despite that, one, Dib gets to come out of retirement, and two, Dib has underlings.
Yes.
I love it. So Dib is back in the game in a big
Yeah.
way. Dib is set up for a second life of criminality with a new crew of honey heisters. Honey heist round 2. No, I'm kidding.
Uh,
I'm kidding. Oh my.
You say this now.
I know, but who knows? We might be back for more.
Oh,
Yes, the gremlins were let out in the snow, and that's how. And so they multiplied by eating snow. And there were also snakes last time as well. It was a really horrifying end to Himalaya Hamlet in the mountains of New Jersey. Um, it was a really great time, and you should definitely go back and watch that show if you want to watch more Honey Heist. It was a Christmas special, just to make everything that much better. And I tried to kind of bring that same sort of yes and GMing into this. So thank you all for playing and putting up with my technical difficulties and being such amazing sports to all of this shenaniganry. I hope you all had fun.
Oh,
no.
definitely.
Yeah,
oh my God. My stomach, like,
my cheeks hurt.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Like my cheeks and like my stomach and like ab region just hurts from laughing so much.
Good.
I've
Very
been
happy to
in
be a part of
pain.
this session.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My cheeks hurt so much. I cannot even begin to explain to you all how much pain my cheeks hurt.
Also, I didn't do it during this game, but as a fun little addendum for anyone watching and still in chat and everything, and for the rest of the group, I was originally imagining Brenda having an Irish accent throughout all of that. So imagine a very sweet, happy, lilting Irish voice saying all of those different things in all of those different moments.
Oh my.
I was supposed to have a really bad, like, sort of, I don't know, Mumbai sort of accent, and I just dropped that after like 2 minutes.
It's tricky to hold the accent. I remember thank you all for watching. I do remember when I played Honey Heist, I ended up with a very southern accent for some reason. She was Ursa Behrman, and she ended up with a very like southern, like what are y'all doing type of accent. And it was hilarious because halfway through the game I forgot and dropped the accent, and then the moment like halfway through the game again when I remembered, I just threw it back on, and it was just hysterical because it was just the best timing. So hey, it happens, right? It's improv, it's role play, and it's very goofy and very funny, but it works.
So you had the Robin Hood Men in Tights mole thing come up where like throughout the whole movie there's like the mole keeps shifting sides throughout like one of the characters' face, and when someone points it out, they're like, I have a mole?
Pretty much, right? All right. So let's wrap it up. I would like to go around and you can, again, you can mention your name, where we can find you on the internet, and shout out any projects or whatever you're working on, because we love to promote our players. And thank you all for coming and joining and all that kind of good stuff. Let's start with Balu.
Okay, so my really bad and forgotten accent, Balu. Okay, so I'm Miriam. You can find me at media_junkie on Twitter. I also just started a Patreon to run my to basically fund Thurzamine, which is a campaign setting I'm writing, which is based in sort of
Excited about Zarzamine. Tell us all about that. Tell us all about that.
It's sort of an alternate reality fantasy South Asian campaign setting, and I'm actually going to be running it for V3 on April 28th, which is one day before my birthday.
Yay! I am so excited. I cannot wait to play in Zarzamine. I am just like, that just fills my heart with joy. So I'm really, really excited for it. So thank you. Thank you for playing today. All right, let us do Dib. Amr.
Yeah. Hey. So I'm on. I'm at Everest, pretty much everywhere. Twitter and Discord. I'm working on a couple projects. Most of them aren't in like states where I'm talking about them. So follow my Twitter to be. I'm getting news about that when there is news to be shared. Yeah, that's some game design, some podcasts, hopefully more stream stuff. It's all over. But if you like role playing games, yeah.
Awesome. Beautiful. And Laosa.
Hi, everybody. If you've enjoyed just my general like personality and talking style, and you want to hear me talking even more so, and even more like a like dopey queer, like just person with my partner, we both run a podcast called Queerly Yours, where it's basically a relationship podcast where we're both trans folk. We are polyamorous, and we've been long distance for almost 3-4 years, and we've been together 7 years, and we've had a lot going on. So that's one project I'm involved with. If you want to catch any of my writings, you can catch me in a bunch of various spots, either as a content producer and slash writer for Art for Ourselves, a QTPOC artist and creative online publication that I write for. You can catch me on my Patreon, Philosophem, or just look for my name, Angela Mogravejo. Or you can my poetry on my Twitter at Phoenix24Fem. And I have in the works, sort of, once I finally make the time to do it, I'm trying to work on a slight like one-shot sort of design thing to come up with trying to actually run a therapy session styled one-shot adventure about helping deal with mental health related issues, because I talk a lot in my writings about disability justice and such. So I've been trying to like comb the monster manual to find creatures to represent different things, and also hoping to just make it a just, or at least a pretty good fun, but also like understanding and empathetic kind of way of doing it. So that's all of my projects.
You are incredible. You are amazing, and I see Beating the Binary has been dropping your links in chat. And the rest of you feel free to drop any links, any relevant links in chat. Balu, Mariam, I know you have a Patreon. If you want to drop that into the chat, feel free. And I am buying us some time as I keep chatting, because we are also finding a raid person. Andal, you're amazing, and I cannot wait to check out your podcast. I am so thrilled, and I love hearing about what other people are up to. And
I almost forgot. In 2 weeks, I'm running a one-shot year for anyone on Welcome to the Party Discord server who's interested in joining that. There's still some positions open, and I'm willing to run for it's D&D 5e, a Harvest Festival cooking competition one-shot that I'm willing to run even up to 6 players, because I've run that much before. It's a lot, but heads up, last thing, I will stop talking now.
Absolutely. That's amazing. Yes, definitely. We would love to have some more players for that. So, and thank you very much for jamming.
And I'm playing.
Yay! I love it. I love it. And we have Ursi.
Hi, I'm Dan. I am nowhere interesting I'm doing nothing as interesting as anyone else here. But you can find me, if you really want to, on the RPG Talk Discord server, which is pretty good. Maybe not. It's full of a lot of actual game designers who I talk to. They're doing better. My varieties. I'll put a link in there. So if you're a member of the Welcome to the Party Discord, you may be interested in that as well. And if you are running games in Australian-friendly time zones, please feel free to let me know because I'm up for that.
Yes, yes, definitely. We need more games in Australian friendly time zones. There's actually someone on the Welcome to the Party Discord in Australia as well, named Gemma. And I can always put you in contact with them so that if you want to play in any of her games, because she runs quite a few. So, and I also wanted to ask a very quick question just before we wrap. If any of you had any feedback for me.
Be awesome.
Aww. Thank you. It was a lot of fun playing for all of y'all. I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity.
I would say do continue to do what you did here, both from a good point and as a point of growth. Especially when you mentioned, I think earlier to us, like a level of like, wow, you just kind of threw up all my plans into like disarray, and it's like one of the best things that I think any GM can learn how to do really well is just be like, not even necessarily say yes to everything, because sometimes setting a no can be actually helpful. Because then folks are like, okay, that doesn't work, or my DM has said a no, which means a boundary, which is not about like trying to exert control, but trying to set down posts for respect amongst all the players, that you understand what the relationship, depending on the system you're working in, and how much power is drifting back and forth between a storyteller facilitating it versus a GM-less game, or a game where it's like the GM has a lot of world building power.
Got you.
A no can be very powerful in this context, but I think in terms of a point of growth, keep leaning into that, because I found my own like jamming and stuff got so much better when I was like, I have a plan that I prepped 5 hours of stuff for, an exact idea of all the details and all the different routes, and I'm like, just prep prompts or ideas that could go. And sometimes you won't even have to work off of those because your players will do something random, because that's what players do.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's so great to see someone else like just leaning into that more. Like, keep it up. It's great.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad that all of you rolled with me kind of just improving the whole thing, because y'all went to the casino really early, and I maybe should have seen that coming. I was originally going to have the honey in the casino and hope that you guys were all going to play slots and try and win the honey that way. But that didn't happen. You all broke.
We kinda did.
You kinda did. You broke the slot machine very early in, and I was
We played slots the way bears would play slots.
You did, and I loved it, and I was so glad that it worked out that way, because I think this was just even more off the rails and even more perfect. So I love that. So thank you. And I am Leona. You can find me at the Lady Bedlam. You can find me on the Welcome to the Party Discord. I am a mod there. And we needed the jingle jangles. Yes, we needed the jingle jangles. I am a mod there. I am the organizer of Triple V, Vibrant, Visible, Victorious, because I always mix up the second two V's for some reason. Yes, we do have a Patreon, and thank you all so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, if you want to get involved. We would absolutely love to have you here. And we are going to go and raid someone. Chick Drummer 88 is doing D&D for the Humane Society, and we love supporting charity causes, so I am going to figure out how the raid thing works, and apparently I just need to type into chat/raid, and then Chick Drummer 88. I think that's how that works. Oh, alrighty, we are gonna go raid. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Everyone say bye. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bye.
Bye! All right.